Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. Chapter 81. Template at the beginning. Within the channel. Su Chen played the guitar and sang. He sang the last line of the song like a real ugly. The magnetic singing voice gradually fell. The rhythmic guitar sound gradually faded away. However, the audience in the live broadcast room were still immersed in the song one by one. After a moment of silence, the barrage in the live broadcast room exploded like a tide. What kind of fairy voice is this? I was tempted. This magnetic voice hits my heart with every line of the lyrics. Woo, I won't watch any future singing variety shows without you. Su Chen's singing level has reached the level of a professional player, right? This is too sweet. I'm a fan. Knock. Did I come to the wrong live channel? Is this an adventure show? Not a variety show. Ha ha ha. Watching the live broadcast of this team's adventure is so much fun. It's a combination of work and rest. Look at Yao Yao quickly. She is afraid of becoming Su Chen's fangirl. Now she looks at Su Chen with admiration. Su Chen, tell me the truth. What else do you not know? The audience was beyond excited. They never thought of it. Su Chen, who is always coquettish, actually sings so well. It would be a pity not to participate in the singing competition with this strength. How do I sing? Please don't be stingy with your applause. Please don't be stingy with your praise. Applause and praise me as much as you want. Thank you everyone. Su Chen chuckled. He stood up and bowed 90 degrees to Yao Yao and the others, as if he regarded the singing just now as a performance. Coquettish. Cosplayer from Deadpool +1. Cosplayer from Deadpool +1. Cosplayer from Deadpool +1. Cosplayer from Deadpool +1. After finishing speaking, he inserted the guitar into his ass, into the seventh dimension. Kakashi nodded arrogantly while looking at the little yellow book, and said these two words. Although he admits that Su Chen is very annoying in normal times, like a chatterbox. But I had to admit that Su Chen sang very well. Although Kakashi had been looking at Golden Plum, just now, he had been listening to Su Chen sing with his ears up. Sounds good. Brother Su Chen sings really well. It's even better than Yao Yao and I. Yao Yao applauds you. Yao Yao giggled. Her face was extremely cute. She raised her two little hands and kept applauding Su Chen. Brother Su Chen is too amazing. It seems that everything can be done. He can barbecue, sing and explain ancient poems. What else can he not do? At this moment, Yao Yao worships Su Chen extremely, and two big Kazilan eyes look at Su Chen in admiration. Sister Bauer. She saw that her daughter Yao Yao admired Su Chen so much. For a while, I felt a little sour in my heart. Could this be the feeling of jealousy? No, Su Chen is my teammate, how can I be jealous? How can I be angry? But still a little sour. So sour. I really want to challenge Su Chen to one-on-one, to let off steam. Then let's challenge Su Chen one-on-one. I really just wanted to compete with Su Chen one-on-one. It's just a contest with each other, there is no other meaning at all. Definitely not because it was a bit sour. Thinking of this, Sister Bauer blinked her eyes and turned to look at Su Chen. I want to compete with you. Can I? She speaks very rudely, simply and directly, expressing her intentions directly. Discussion. Su Chen tilted his head. He suddenly wondered why Sister Bauer wanted to compete with him. Is it a whim? After turning his eyeballs, he nodded. Yes you can. Kakashi. Sister Bauer, who has always been a Buddhist, suddenly thought of wanting to learn from each other. He also had some curiosity in his heart, curious who will win this matchup. Since exploring in the unexplored realm, the strength Su Chen showed was very strong. Not only marksmanship skills, but also knife skills are extremely sharp. Although the usual chatter makes him feel very annoying, but the strength displayed is indeed unquestionable. Excellent marksmanship, amazing knife skills. As for Sister Bauer, her performance is also very strong. Since entering the secret realm, holding a shovel, see a monster every second. Shovel headshots never fail. The fighting style is extremely brutal, extremely violent, simple and rude. This fighting style does not seem to be a fighting style that a girl should have, but a fighting style that is like a female man. Wow, Sister Bauer, you want to compete with Brother Su Chen. Come on, come on. Yao Yao will call you to cheer. But remember, it's good to go as far as you can. Don't hurt your peace, don't get hurt. We will continue to explore when we get up tomorrow. Yao Yao smiled like a flower. She cupped her chin with her little hands and saw Sister Bauer. She spoke in a caring and cute way. Hee, I don't know who can win this time. Did Brother Su Chen win? Or will Sister Bauer win? Looking forward to it. After agreeing to learn from each other, Su Chen and Sister Bauer got up, and they walked into an open space. On the left is Su Chen. On the right is Sister Bauer. Su Chen held 2 knives. Sister Bauer is holding a shovel. Ready or not, let's get started when we're ready. Sister Bauer held the shovel and spoke seriously, not daring to neglect in the slightest. She knew that Su Chen was very strong. Although Su Chen's lazy appearance seemed to have many loopholes, but it can't find any weakness. Generally speaking, there are 2 situations in this state. The first situation is that Su Chen can't fight and is very weak. That's why there are so many loopholes. The second situation is that Su Chen is very strong. After being strong to a certain level, the movement will be natural. Although the loopholes seem to be numerous, they are only superficial. There is no doubt that Su Chen belongs to the second situation. Su Chen smiled unscrupulously, waved his 2 knives, and nodded to indicate that the sparring can begin. The reason why he agreed to Sister Bauer's discussion. I also want to see where my strength is and what level it is. As the role of Deadpool continues to increase, his strength is getting stronger and stronger, so strong that the monsters encountered in the secret realm are not his opponents. Every time he hasn't used his full strength, the monsters in the secret realm have been hacked to death by him. So at this moment, I will compete with Sister Bauer, just to see what level his strength is at. Then I'm on. Sister Bauer's voice fell. She jerked her right foot. The whole person rushed forward quickly, appearing in front of Su Chen like a ghost, and swung the shovel fiercely. A shovel hit Su Chen on the head. Extremely fast. Powerful. Seeing this, Su Chen held 2 knives in both hands, and directly blocked them horizontally, sparking bursts of sparks. Feel the power generated through the twin swords. There was some surprise in his heart. I didn't expect Miss Bauer to be so strong. No wonder when I was in the passage before, able to shovel a monster, 1 shovel and 1 sand sculpture. Under this kind of power, those monsters really have no resistance. Clang, 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 comma. Inside the cave, Su Chen and Sister Bauer kept fighting. The shovel collided with the 2 knives, sparks were wiped out, and clangs were made. Sister Bauer's attack is very smart and fast. She brandished a shovel and attacked Su Chen like a storm. Extremely fast. Great power. The attack is consistent. Su Chen brandished 2 knives, constantly resisting Sister Bauer's attacks again and again. The defense is impeccable. Every time the double saber swung, it happened to block Sister Bauer's attack. Sister Bauer attacked crazily. Su Chen brandished 2 knives to defend. 1 offense, 1 defense. The 2 of them kept fighting in the cave. Sister Bauer is so powerful. She was able to fight on par with Brother Su Chen. This is too good. It turns out that Sister Bauer is so strong. Yao Yao Kazilin has big eyes with little stars. She originally thought that Sister Bauer might lose against Brother Su Chen, but now it seems that the difference in strength between the 2 is not that big. Look at the first form of Away's th form. Old man, cart. Suddenly, Sister Bauer spoke seriously. She retracted her hand holding the shovel, and then suddenly pushed forward. The moment the voice fell, a huge and incomparably transparent energy appeared. This force is extremely shocking. As soon as it appeared, it rushed towards Su Chen, very fast. Su Chen, old man, cart, Sister Bauer, this is the 18th form of Away, which has also been displayed. Good guy. He called him a good guy in his heart. Boom. The double knives rotate 180 degrees, turning like a fan. It directly reached the transparent energy rushing towards him. But it's not over yet. Sister Bauer is still attacking, still using the Away 18 style. Poison Dragon Diamond. Avalokitesvara. Oka Ben. In. Out. Opening square bracket dash closing square bracket dot. Into the soul. Comma. Sister Bauer was serious. He was extremely fast, constantly attacking Su Chen with the Away 18 style. Kakashi. He heard the names of these tricks from Sister Bauer. It was also extremely weird, and his face under the mask blushed slightly. It turns out that these moves are really moves. Yao Yao tilted her head and looked at Kakashi curiously. Brother Kakashi, why did you have such a strange face after hearing Miss Bauer's moves? Kakashi coughed lightly. It's nothing. I just think the names of these moves are very weird. He touched his nose and explained truthfully. Then can I learn these moves from Sister Bauer? Yao Yao said with a giggle. Sister Bauer's moves are so powerful. At that time, I have to learn these tricks from Sister Bauer. Studio. Ha 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 ha. Sister Bauer, are you sure that your moves are serious? What a poison. Dragon drill, old man. Pushing a cart. I almost laughed so hard that my stomach hurts. Wow ka ka ka. At this time, I'm not going to hide it from everyone. My girlfriend and I have used these tricks of Sister Bauer. It's just a bit exhausting of my girlfriend. This month's 2 girlfriends leaked air again. If you talk too much, you will cry. Ha ha ha. Bull, bull. I always thought that Sister Bauer's away 1th style was. It turned out to be this kind of trick. It shocked me for years. Shocked. Sister Bauer actually used the Avalokitesvera on Su Chen. Shocked. Sister Bauer actually used the old man's card on Su Chen. Shocked. Sister Bauer actually used Okamoto on Su Chen. HHH. Are you staying here to play you? Shocked apartment. Oh, no play. Then I go. I knock. Yao Yao, my wife actually wants to learn these tricks. Hee, then I will be happy in the future. On the first floor. If you eat a few peanuts, you won't be drunk like this. Yao Yao is my wife. How did you suddenly become your wife? Knock. ULSPs want to order billion, okay. The audience went crazy with joy. Although it was already 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, it still couldn't stop them from watching Su Chen's live broadcast. At the same time, something happened in the outside world that made the program crew in a hurry. Because under the influence of Su Chen and others, viewers all over the world have asked for the function of tipping in the live broadcast room of Exploration of the Secret Land. That's right, it's the weird request to increase the reward in the live broadcast room. There are a lot of emails about adding the tipping function. In the email box of the program group, there are already 10+ emails. The contents of these emails are the same. All are asking the program group to add the function of tipping in the live broadcast room. The program group finally couldn't resist the demands of the audience. In the end, an announcement was made saying that the tipping function is under development, and it will take about a week to get it right. The other side. Inside the channel. Clang, 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 comma. Miss Bauer is so angry. She kept knocking on Su Chen with a shovel. Attack anyway. No matter how you look at it, use the away 18 forms. Su Chen can always resist it. This made her very angry. Watch me beat you to death. Knock 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 knock. Sister Bauer's attack speed is getting faster and faster, and her strength is getting stronger and stronger. Su Chen. He could clearly feel that Miss Bauer's speed and strength had increased. Su Chen looked a little surprised. Aha, how did the speed and strength increase so much? Where exactly is Sister Bauer's limit? Just at this time. Bang! Sister Bauer kept attacking Su Chen's shovel, but suddenly stopped. The head of the shovel hit the ground with a clang. Shovel. QAQ. Goodbye, Miss Bauer. Snowflakes fluttering, northern wind rustling. Sister Bauer was holding the shovel with only the stick body left, and suddenly froze in place. Why did I break the shovel? If I don't have a shovel, how can I dig a hole in the future? I thought I couldn't dig a hole again. Sister Bauer was out of her mind, and she didn't want to compete with Su Chen anymore. She went back to the campfire and lay down on the grass. Shovel, shovel, why are you gone? Crying. Studio. Wow, blah, blah. The shovel broke. Is Miss Bauer autistic? I only have 2 minutes to feel sorry for Miss Bauer. Sister Bauer said, a life without digging a hole is meaningless. Ha ha ha. Sister Bauer, this is too sad. We are discussing each other, but the shovel is gone. Hee. Sister Bauer, this is so cute. She just lay on the grass after the shovel was gone. Are you sulking? Kakashi. Su Chen. Seeing Miss Bauer like this, the two of them looked at each other, not knowing what to say for a moment. It's okay, Miss Bauer. I'm still very good at handcrafting these things. If there is a suitable material at that time, I will make you another shovel. Yao Yao walked up to Sister Bauer and spoke sweetly. She comforted Sister Bauer like a little angel. Su Chen, Kakashi. When they saw Yao Yao's cute appearance, they couldn't help admiring in their hearts, is this an angel? Really, can you make a shovel? Sister Bauer's eyes widened a little, and she held Yao Yao's hand. Happy, Yao Yao can actually make a shovel. I can dig pits again, I'm alive again. Yeah, I will, Miss Bauer. Yao Yao nodded and smiled sweetly. Sister Bauer smiled and nodded. The night is deep. Sister Bauer was snoring and fell asleep on the grass. Kakashi looked at the little yellow book, and the more he read it, the more excited he became. Yao Yao turned her head to look at Su Chen, smiled and said, Brother Su Chen, can you tell me a story? But, I don't listen to Antusheng's fairy tales. I want to hear other stories. She looked at Su Chen expectantly with her big Kazilan eyes. Su Chen lay on the grass, rolled her eyes, and smiled. Okay, then I'll tell a fairy tale. On a whim, he prepared to tell a fairy tale. Wow, Brother Su Chen, you can actually tell fairy tales. Looking forward to. What is the name of this fairy tale? Yao Yao looked expectantly at Su Chen. When the audience in the live broadcast heard that Su Chen was going to tell a fairy tale, they were all looking forward to it. He knew the fairy tale about Su Chen Huai and Tusheng. Are you still talking about myths? It's a little crazy. The audience looked forward to it one by one. Su Chen's and Tusheng's fairy tale made them laugh out loud. So what about the myth this time? The audience in the live broadcast room talked a lot. They want to know what the name of this myth is. God said, 666, Su Chen can tell myths. Ha ha ha, it can't be those ancient myths about cowherd and weaver girl, right? I don't know what myths Su Chen will tell. It feels like this myth must not be simple. That must not be easy. Su Chen is a man who can tell fairy tales about Antusheng. How can telling fairy tales be so superficial? Hey, I don't know what the name of the fairy tale Su Chen is going to tell. Yao Yao wants to hear the name of this myth. Well then, the name of this myth is something special. After you hear it, don't laugh. Su Chen suppressed her smile and said mysteriously, whetting Yao Yao's appetite. As predicted, under his mysterious appearance, Yao Yao became even more curious. She seemed to have a cat scratching her heart, and she really wanted to know. Don't Brother Su Chen laugh when he hears this. Yeah, Brother Su Chen. What is the name of this myth? You can tell Yao Yao quickly, okay. Yao Yao's face is full of curiosity, and she keeps urging her at this moment. Brother Su Chen said don't laugh after hearing the name. What kind of fairy tale? Curious. Kakashi also pricked up his ears, wanting to know the name of this mythical story. Since you want to know so much, I don't want to keep it to myself. The name of this myth is F.A.K.U. Su Chen was serious, and said with a serious expression. Kakashi, Yao Yao, they said in unison, F.A.K.U. Studio, ha ha ha, F.A.K.U. Fuck, you, I seriously suspect that you are swearing, but I can't find any reason. Ahahaha, awesome, F.A.K.U. I really want to know what this myth is, and why it has such a weird name. Fake friend, what kind of myth is this? Why have I never heard of it? Ah, Su Chen quickly tell this myth, I want to know. 666,666, why have I never heard of this fairy tale? Curious, what kind of mythical story is it? I want to hear it. ... The audience suppressed their laughter and kept posting barrages one by one. Brother Su Chen, please tell this fairy tale quickly, Yao Yao wants to hear it. Yao Yao supported her chin with her small hands, and looked at Su Chen expectantly. I don't know what this fairy tale will be. Looking forward to. Okay, then I will begin the fairy tale. Su Chen nodded seriously. Soon, next moment, the myth that made the audience burst into laughter appeared. The myth that made Yao Yao laugh out loud appeared. Only see. Su Chen began to talk about myths in a serious manner. It's an old myth. In mythology, a woman cuts off a strand of hair and gives it to her sweetheart. She forbids her boyfriend to meet friends of the opposite sex. So, this myth is called F.A.K.U. Fake friend. Silence. There was silence. The audience was all dumbfounded. How could they never have thought that FAQ was such a thing? This is the origin of FAQ. Nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with it. After a moment of silence, the barrage erupted like a tide. Ahaha, bull, now you even have to make up stories to scold someone. Is it so connotative? Su Chen is a knight of Zan. Amazing, my brother, call out the connotation directly. 6666. I cannot find any fault with the logic of this myth. In mythology, a woman cuts off a strand of hair and gives it to her sweetheart to restrain her boyfriend from meeting friends of the opposite sex. That's why they are called FAQ. No wonder my girlfriend bought me a hair tie to wear on my arm. That's how it is. Lately, I finally understand why girls often wear hair ties on boys' hands. This is the reason. This myth is so incisive. The audience discussed non-stop one by one, and there were many discussions. PFF, Brother Su Chen, is the myth of FAQ true? Yao Yao let out a snort, and laughed out loud, with a sweet smile. She knew that Brother Su was very humorous and could talk, but I didn't expect Brother Su's brain to be so big. How did you come up with the myth of FAQ? Yao Yao really wanted to pry open Su Chen's head to see how his head was made. How could his brain be so big? Afraid of a black hole. Kakashi. It turns out that this is the origin of FAQ. After hearing Su Chen tell this mythical story, he was also a little dazed. After thinking about it, I couldn't laugh or cry for a while. The ability to talk and tell stories really has two brushes. Brother Su Chen, does this fairy tale really exist? Yao Yao looked at Su Chen curiously, her eyes were full of little stars. Brother Su Chen is so talented. Not only the force value is full, and the talent is worth a lot. Although he is usually very talkative and coquettish, but in other respects it is still very good. Yao Yao, it's great that I have such a teammate. Kaizen. When she first participated in Secret Adventure, there is still some apprehension in my heart. I don't know what teammate I am teaming up with. But now it looks like Yao Yao is full of luck. A fairy tale. What you believe exists. What you don't believe doesn't exist. Myths are only created by people in ancient times to entrust beautiful visions. Su Chen lay on the ground, clasped her toes, and said, "Angle." Aha. Yao Yao blinked her big eyes. She nodded cutely. Yao Yao is going to bed soon. What time is it already? Why are you still not sleeping? Sleep quickly. Tomorrow we have to continue our adventure. Sister Bauer, who was asleep, suddenly opened her eyes, and said a few words to Yao Yao like a loving mother. Snort. It's already so late. Yao Yao still hasn't slept yet. Go to bed early and wake up early to be healthy. This guy Su Chen. Every night when she was going to rest, she told Yao Yao a story, which made Yao Yao go to bed so late. I'm Yao Yao's mother, it's better to let Yao Yao go to bed quickly. Thinking of this, Sister Bauer exuded the brilliance of motherhood, and turned her head to look at Yao Yao, as if looking at her daughter. Yao Yao. She felt Sister Bauer's motherly love and stern eyes, and she was a little confused for a while. Since entering the secret realm, Yao Yao has been able to love her mother all the time, maternal love from Sister Bauer. Go to sleep, Yao Yao, I'd better go to sleep quickly. Otherwise, it would be bad to make Sister Bauer unhappy. Yao Yao nodded obediently like a daughter, lying in Sister Bauer's arms to sleep. Kakashi. Su Chen. They looked at each other with strange expressions on their faces. Something is wrong. The relationship between Sister Bauer and Yao Yao is very wrong. Why is this painting style getting more and more crooked? Aren't the two of them partners and teammates? How did it gradually develop into a mother-daughter relationship? Studio. Ha 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 ha. Yao Yao and Sister Bauer are mother-daughter relationships. That's great, a large-scale recognition scene. Since you can't be teammates, then be mother-daughter. One word, absolutely. Sister Bauer and Yao Yao haven't realized the seriousness of the matter yet. Maybe after coming out of the secret realm, there will be another young mother in the world. Young mother, you on the first floor have seen this action movie. Please take a step to talk. Don't tell me. Kakashi and Su Chen are really laughing at each other. They don't know that their relationship is so weird. It almost didn't spoil me. I just now found out that the relationship in this team is not normal. Men to men, women to women. I just call it a good guy. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Stay up late to watch the special live broadcast of Su Chen's adventure. Is it easy for me? It's already 2 or 3 o'clock in the middle of the night. Good night, everyone. I'm going to sleep with my 2 wives first, and you play first. I knock. 2 wives. Nima Old Versailles. Wow Kaka. The moon doesn't sleep and I don't sleep. I'm a bald baby. Day 2 morning. Ow. Another day full of energy. Yao Yao is up. Yao Yao stood up. She had a cute little face, stretched her waist, and let out a dragon roar. Hee hee. Feel refreshed. I don't know what adventure is going on today. Happy. Yao Yao waved her arms, full of energy. Woo. My shovel. No shovel. Can't dig a hole. Sister Bauer was lying on the ground, talking in her sleep while falling asleep. Apparently, he was singled out with Su Chen yesterday. After her shovel was broken, she couldn't accept it for a while. So while sleeping, still thinking about her shovel. Su Chen. Kakashi. Sister Bauer really likes digging holes. Why are you thinking about digging a hole all the time in your mind? Kakashi did have some understanding. He knew very well in his heart that if he lost his little yellow book, there will be no love in life. Sister Bauer should look like this. If there is no shovel to dig a hole, it must be a great joy in life. Sister Bauer is waking up. The sun is about to dry my ass. You lazy pig. Get up, get up. Yao Yao urged Sister Bauer to get up, pushing her with her 2 little hands. Sister Bauer stretched her waist, her eyes were sleepy, she sat up from the grass. After packing up my luggage, Su Chen and his party continued to set off. Hey, Xiao Shishi, have you finished reading the Jinmei book I gave you? If I finish it, I will have a second volume. The second volume is even more exciting. The plot is more ups and downs, with climax after wave. Do you want to read it? If you want to see it, you can ask me for it at any time. Who told me to love you so passionately? Don't fall in love with brother. Brother is just a legend. Why don't you talk? Are you shy? No way. The Kakashi I know is not like this. If you really want to see it, Su Chenwei chattered endlessly next to Kakashi, Sao, talking endlessly, one sentence after another. From Deadpool play value +2. 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 Kakashi. He has a saying in his heart that he is a critic, and he doesn't know whether to say it or not. How could Su Chen say such a thing? From the beginning of the secret exploration to the present, it has never stopped. Nima. This guy is a fighter among chatter, right? Hee hee. Brother Su Chen. Why can't a woman sleep with a dog when she is pregnant? Yao Yao looked at Su Chen curiously with a small face. Ask a very odd question. The reason is very simple. A woman who is pregnant should never sleep with a dog. Otherwise, it will seriously affect the dog's health. Su Chen touched his chin and said something seriously. From Deadpool play value +2. 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 Seriously affect the dog's health. Yao Yao froze suddenly. What? Seriously affect the dog's health? Are dogs more important than pregnant women? I don't read much. Better not lie to me. PFF'd. After turning her little head around, she suddenly figured it out and laughed out loud. Haha, I want to understand, so that's what it means. Brother Su Chen's brain is too big. Ha ha ha. Yao Yao covered her belly, she couldn't stop laughing, she laughed out loud for a while. Studio. Ha 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 ha. New day, new coquettish routine. As expected of you, Su Chen. This answer is amazing. It turns out that so many pregnant women don't keep dogs at home after they become pregnant. It turns out that the relationship is not good for the dog's health. Show her, the beauty of Emperor Hua. Su Chen, please accept my knee. Curved too fast. I nearly flipped over. Haha, master, I understand. Su Chen has such a magical brain. He has never played cards according to the routine. Wow. I'm so happy in this live broadcast room. Ah, sisters, I'm so happy. How about you? He's in Qingshan Hospital. Su Chenshou's face has been slapped. The corners of Kakashi's eyes twitched, and he glanced at Su Chen with a strange expression. Yao Yao is misleading like this. Is it really good? Su Chen and his group kept moving towards the passage. The more you move forward, the more spacious and endless the passage will be. The passages get wider and higher. Kilometers wide. Meters high. The current channel area is more than 10 times larger than before. More than that, the passage is full of trees, lush grass, and ancient trees everywhere, like a green ocean, like a tropical rainforest. Wow, it's so big. So many. There is some excitement in Yao Yao Kazilan's big eyes. She is like an excited child, looking around at this lush green scene. Kakashi rolled his eyes, and looked at this passage curiously. They have been exploring the secret realm for a few days, and this is the first time they have seen such a magnificent scene. Studio. I'm going. Is this the primeval jungle? It's full of life. I've only seen a scene like this in the tropical rainforest. Nima. This picture is so beautiful. Every picture can be used as a wallpaper. Although the secret realm is very dangerous. But without human intervention, some environments are really beautiful. Hey, I don't know what kind of monster I'll meet. If something goes wrong, there must be a demon, and the dog's head will save your life. My God, there are too many trees here. If you cut them down and sell them, you won't get rich. However, just at this time, Su Chen and the others heard the sound of crying. These cries are like the cries of a loli. Kakashi. Sister Bauer. Su Chen. Why is there a crying sound in the secret realm? While they were puzzled, they also had some vigilance. Look, Sister Bauer. There is a little girl. She looks so cute. Yao Yao pointed to not far away. Not far away is a big tree in the sky, and under the big tree is a little girl in Lolita, about 6 or 7 years old. Looks very cute. A head of long black curly hair was draped softly on her shoulders, and her fair skin was as smooth as suet. A pair of big watery eyes, under the tall bridge of the nose, the pink and thin lips are slightly upturned. She is just like a cute little Lolita. Little Lolita wiped her tears with her small hands, as if she had encountered something sad. She was crying there. Crying pear flowers bring rain. Her lovely and pitiful appearance made people want to protect her immediately. Su Chen. I knock. Really looks so cute. Why did such a cute girl appear in the secret realm? Logically speaking, aren't all contestants who want to participate in the secret adventure must be over 18 years old? How could there be children here? Something is wrong. Very wrong. It's not right though. Su Chen had to sigh. This loli is really the best loli. A face more delicate than a doll. Plus that natural loli voice. Simply invincible. Studio. AWSL. I finally saw what a loli is. Cute. This is too cute. Abba. This old man's maiden heart is about to melt. I really want to introduce my son to her. Forget it, my son is not worthy. Woo, if I have such a lovely girlfriend, I'd be willing to lose 10 years of my life. Don't talk about reducing my life by 10 years, even if I reduce my life by 20 years, I would like to marry such a loli as my wife. Let me tell you about the law. Indecent, molesting children, and the circumstances are bad, and the sentence is more than 10 years in prison. There is no prison sentence or death penalty. 10 years of blood earned in prison, death. It's worth laughing on the road to punishment. Lolita has 3 good things. Soft body and easy to push down. What the hell, you beasts. Even girls are spared. Big sister. I'm only 12 years old, okay. I'm a primary school student, okay. Who said primary school students can't watch adventure shows? Ahem. Actually, I'm also a primary school student. My heart doesn't belong to Yao Yao anymore, it belongs to this loli. When the audience saw this loli, they covered their chests one by one, and sighed, how could there be such a cute girl in the world? It's so cute that you can't understand it, okay. Although they also know that there is such a cute loli, it is a very abnormal thing. But loli is cute, they don't bother to care so much. Because, cuteness is justice. Brother Su Chen, that little girl has been crying there. I don't know what she's crying for. Shall we go up and ask her about it? Yao Yao looked up at Su Chen, and spoke sweetly. Having learned the lessons from the previous 2 times, she never stepped forward to ask the lovely loli not far away what happened. Instead, ask Su Chen and the others for their opinions first, and then go up together. It can be said, the current Yao Yao is not the former Yao Yao. She became more vigilant. I am Yao Yao, I gain wisdom by eating a pit. Hee hee. Let's go up together and see what happens. Kakashi frowned, with a hint of vigilance in his heart. The secret realm is so dangerous, so weird and unpredictable. How could there be a little girl? And still so cute. This is a very wrong thing. However, other possibilities are not ruled out. Su Chen and others stepped forward and walked in front of little Lolita. Little girl, why are you here alone? This is a secret place. It's very dangerous to stay here. And why are you crying? Did you encounter any unhappy things? Yao Yao stepped forward, squatted down, and looked curiously at the little girl in front of her. Wow, this little loli is really cute. Eyelashes are long. The eyes are big. The skin is pink and tender. This is too cute. I really want to pinch her little cheek. No, no, no. How can I be that kind of person? Now I don't even know the identity of this little girl, maybe it's a monster. Woo, I'm miserable. I owe a lot of money to a classmate. I owe a lot of money, and I can't pay it back at all. I'm so worried that that classmate will call the police and arrest me. Arrest me in the police station. So I ran into the secret realm because I was afraid. Little Lolita was crying with pear blossoms in the rain, choked up her voice, and uttered sweet and lovely loli voices. Her appearance looks so pitiful, which makes people feel angry and pitiful. Kakashi, Sister Bauer, Yao Yao, Su Chen. The feeling is that this little loli owes money to others, then run into the secret realm. That's not the point. The point is that the little girl is not in danger yet. What is this luck? When they turned their heads and thought about it, they wondered in their hearts that the little girl probably owed a lot of money to others. Otherwise, why would she cry so hard that pear blossoms rained and ran into the secret realm? How much will it be owed? Tell my sister, how much do you owe? Yao Yao smiled sweetly and opened her mouth curiously. Woo, I owe my classmate 50 yuan. I owe my classmate a full 50 yuan. It's a lot of money, and I can't afford it at all. My weekly pocket money is only 100 million. How can I pay back 50 yuan? I can't afford it at all, okay. Woo, I'm so worried that I will be arrested and go to jail. I heard from Uncle Lu that all the people in prison are bad people. I'm so afraid of going to jail. Little Lolita cried out loudly. Pear blossoms were crying like rain. She kept wiping away her tears, crying so much that her face was full of pain. It seemed that 50 yuan was an astronomical figure for her, impossible to pay off. She studies mathematics in school. Recognize that the largest number is 50. So 50 is the highest number in her limited knowledge. Su Chen, Kakashi, Sister Bauer, Yao Yao. They looked at each other in disbelief. They thought something happened. It turned out that they owed 50 yuan to their classmates. No, that's not the point. This little loli has 100 million pocket money every week. Love has 100 million pocket money, can't afford to pay back the 50 yuan I borrowed from my classmates. Nima, this little girl's math was taught by the physical education teacher, right? Studio, ha 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 ha, this little loli is too cute. Just because I owe 50 yuan to my classmates, I ran into the secret realm. I'm so meow. Only 100 million pocket money every week. 10 loli, 9 are rich, and one of them opens a treasury. I almost went crazy laughing. This little girl's math teacher is probably a physical education teacher. What's the background of this little loli family? I'm afraid it's a family of hundreds of millions. It's absolutely amazing. 1 million pocket money a week. Haha, what a family. Newbie plus. Forget it. My son is not worthy of this loli. Tears. A time. Yao Yao and the others froze in place. Hear what little loli said. They didn't know how to persuade this little loli. Is it persuading the debt to not be repaid? They are also speechless. Su Chen, you have more ideas. You should quickly think of a way. Let's see how to persuade this little girl. Yao Yao didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She turned her head to look at Su Chen. Su Chen nodded and rolled her eyes. Comfort this little girl. It's very simple. So, next moment, the words that made the audience who were watching the live broadcast burst into laughter appeared. The words that made Yao Yao and others dumbfounded appeared. Only see. When Su Chen stepped forward and looked at the little girl, Yo-Yo said. Go abroad and hide. After all, it's not a matter of 1 yuan or 2. Serious tone. Serious attitude. From Deadpool play value +8. From Deadpool play value plus 8. From Deadpool play value plus 8. From Deadpool play value plus 8. Comma. Go abroad and hide. After all, it's not a matter of 1 yuan or 2. The little Lolita looked terrified and repeated a word in a whisper. She was completely stupid. Is it really so serious that the 50 yuan owed is still not paid? Want to go abroad? Thinking of this, with a wow, the little Lolita burst into tears. Woo, I was wrong. I really shouldn't owe money. Little Lolita cried even more sadly, wailing loudly. Pear Blossoms brought rain from her tears. Yao Yao and the others were dumbfounded. The audience in the live broadcast room were dumbfounded. They never expected that Su Chen would utter such a sentence. What brain circuit is this? What kind of magical brain hole is this? It's just insane. They couldn't hold back one by one, and suddenly laughed out loud. Studio. HHH, I laughed so hard. What do you mean it's not a matter of $1 or $2, go to a foreign country to hide? Quote. Cheating. I admire this brain hole, it's awesome. You're right, maybe the air ticket can be cheaper, wow. Are you trying to laugh me to death so that I can inherit the skin inside my king? How can I go abroad? This is 50 yuan, at least go to outer space. Even if you laugh me to death, the 5 cents in my money will not be inherited by you. Su Chen, tell me the truth. Are you greedy for my money? Come here, let me peel a pear for shower with the Fengtian halberd. Comma. At the same time, just at this time, the passage is not far away. A majestic butler in a butler uniform. The Lady Lu Sisi who he kept looking for in the tunnel of the secret realm. Just yesterday, 6-year-old Lu Sisi actually ran away from home. Not only ran away from home, but also left a letter. He said that he owed a huge amount of 50 yuan, so he was ashamed to stay at home, so he ran away from home resolutely. The moment she learned that Lu Sisi had run away from home, the whole castle is in chaos. It's a mess. Miss, as the sole heir to the oil country, actually ran away from home. Or just for the 50 yuan thing. That day, the physical education teacher who taught Lu Sisi's mathematics was directly thrown into prison. PE teacher, QAQ. As the lady's housekeeper, Lu Tianbo. According to the GPS navigation on Lu Sisi's body, he searched all the way to the secret realm. In the end, he found Miss Lu Sisi. But it turned out that Lu Sisi was crying loudly in front of several people. All of a sudden, Lu Tianbo was furious. Miss must have been bullied. He flew into a rage and yelled at Su Chen and others who were not far away. Don't even try to touch a single hair of Miss. Otherwise I can't spare you. Su Chen looked at the old man who appeared not far away, with a strange expression on his face. Don't touch a hair. Oh, is that so? Su Chen chuckled. He walked forward, pulled out a piece of Lu Sisi's hair, and shook it in front of the old man. Well, that's the hair you were talking about. Su Chen smiled faintly, playing with the hair in his hand. I have to say a word of praise. This little loli's hair is soft, without split ends, and feels very good. He touched his chin, and looked up at the old man in a butler's uniform not far away. When the old man appeared just now, he was aggressive as soon as he opened his mouth. Why don't you touch a hair of the lady? It's like treating them like bad guys. This made Su Chen feel a little uncomfortable. Don't move a hair, even if it moves, so what? What can you do to me? Dash. From Deadpool play value plus 5. 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 Comma. Puff. Seeing Su Chen's humble appearance, Yao Yao didn't hold back for a moment. Cover your stomach, suddenly laughed out loud. Yao Yao, I really didn't want to laugh, but I really couldn't hold back. Brother Su Chen is too funny, so funny. Ha ha ha. Kakashi. Sister Bauer. They saw Su Chen's cheap little move. There was also a smile on the corner of his mouth. This move was beyond their expectation. I have to say, Su Chen did a great job. Studio. Ha ha ha. Su Chen is so naughty. But I like it. This cheap look is too cute. One thing to say, Su Chen did a good job. This old man was aggressive when he came. I haven't figured out the situation yet, as if Su Chen and the others are going to kill this loli. Hey, I seriously doubt that Su Chen is one of our skin friends. Wow, it's so fun to watch this live broadcast. Shower. The beauty of Su Chendiwa has never let me down. Su Chen, as expected of you. I can hardly breathe from laughing. Seeing Su Chen's actions, the audience laughed out loud. Although they know Su Chen P. But I didn't expect Su Chen to be so skinny. Lu Tianbo was stunned immediately, unable to speak for a moment. He never thought that Su Chen would actually touch a hair of the young lady. Okay, literally just moving a hair. No more, no less, just one. No more, no less, just right. Court death. Lu Tianbo suddenly became angry from embarrassment. This is provocation. Red, naked provocation. Without saying a word, he took out the nunchaku behind him and rushed directly at Su Chen at an extremely fast speed. Su Chen, if you can't argue with each other, come directly. Good guy, I don't want an old face anymore. He chuckled, drew out his two sabers, and went up to meet him. When the nunchakus and knives collided, sparks were produced by friction, and there were crashing sounds. Ada. Lu Tianbo kept swinging the nunchaku. His moves were flexible, extremely fast, and extremely powerful. In just a few seconds, Lu Tianbo attacked Su Chen dozens of times. But the more he attacked, the more shocked he became, with an incredible expression on his face. How can this be? How could the guy in the red leather jacket in front of me resist my attack? Lu Tianbo is a master of martial arts. He has been immersed in the field of nunchaku for more than 30 years. Martial arts attainments are extremely high. Ordinary people would not even be able to hold his stick. But now, Su Chen was able to catch Lu Tianbo's attack. How could Lu Tianbo not be shocked? How is it possible not to be surprised? Young man, who are you? How can you have such strength at such a young age? Lu Tianbo frowned, and said in a deep voice of surprise. My name is Su Chen. Su Chen's Su. Su Chen's Chen. Su Chen chuckled and answered truthfully. He imitated Yao Yao's introduction and introduced himself at this moment. From Deadpool play value +5. 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 Lu Tianbo's face immediately darkened. This Nima is also called an introduction. Are you kidding me? His face was getting darker and darker, and the speed of his attacks was getting faster and faster. Su Chen chuckled. Isn't this old antique too casual? He just teased him casually, and turned into anger in the end. Uncle Lu, they are not bad people, they are not bad people. Don't fight with them anymore. Little Lolita Lu Sisi, she saw Lu Tianbo attacking Su Chen. Her little face was anxious at this moment, and she explained repeatedly. Aha, what happened? Miss, can you tell me something? Lu Tianbo stepped aside immediately, put away the nunchaku, frowned, and wanted to know what happened just now. Lu Sisi walked to Lu Tianbo and explained in detail what happened just now. After seeing Lu Sisi's explanation, Lu Tianbo suddenly realized, and immediately understood. He turned his head to look at Su Chen and the others, with a wry smile on his face, and apologized repeatedly. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm here to apologize to you. I was also anxious just now, worried about Mrs. Safety, so I couldn't wait to make a move. Lu Tianbo bowed slightly to Su Chen and the others, and apologized again. It's okay, old man. It's good to clear up the misunderstanding. Yao Yao smiled cutely, and now she spoke sweetly. Although the misunderstanding has been resolved. But what's the name of this little girl? Curious. Yao Yao suddenly wanted to know very much, what was the name of this little Lolita? That's right, little sister, what's your name? Yao Yao blinked her eyes, squatted down, and asked sweetly. My name is Lu Sisi. I'm 6 years old this year. The little loli uttered a cute loli voice, and said in a childlike voice, she looks so cute. Su Chen, what a cute loli. AWSL. Kakashi. What a cute loli. AWSL. The two of them looked at each other in blank dismay, and were also struck by the adorable voice of this little Lolita. Have to admit, almost no one can resist the cuteness of this little loli. That's right, Miss Lu, she is the only successor of our oil country. Lu Tianbo said proudly. Studio, I knock. I know who this little loli is. She is actually the princess of the oil country. Lu Sisi. No wonder she looks so familiar. No wonder she looks so cute. She is the princess of the oil country. Ox, ox. The oil country is rich in oil, and it belongs to the so-called wealthy small countries in the world. Although the land area is not very large, it is very rich. Ha ha ha. Who would have thought that the princess of a country would come to the secret realm because she was afraid of being owed 50 yuan? Woo, I really knew that my son was not good enough for her. He was already so cute when he was young. If he grows up, how charming would he be? My Gao won't be approached by other robbers. You must know that Lu Cici's status is either rich or expensive. If Lu Cici is used to blackmail petroleum, wouldn't that directly make a fortune? Hey, you who went up to the first floor are really talented. Let alone, this is indeed a good way to make a fortune. Within the channel, Lu Tianbo turned his head to look at Miss, smiled respectfully and said, Miss, your parents are very worried about your safety. Come back to the castle with me now. If something happens to you, I will be ashamed to go back with my old bones. As for Lu Cici, she ran away from home because she was worried that the 50 yuan would not be paid. He also couldn't laugh or cry in his heart, and didn't know what to say for a while. Alright, now I'll go back with you. Thank you big brothers and big sisters. Lu Cici, I'm going home. Lu Cici had a cute face, looked up at Su Chen and Yao Yao, and spoke in a childish voice. But, just at this time, accident happened suddenly. Call out. An anesthetic needle suddenly appeared in the air and flew towards Lu Cici extremely fast. Careful. Kakashi frowned, his reaction was extremely fast, his shot speed was extremely strong, and he threw a dart with his backhand. Oh, the anesthesia needle collided with the dart and fell to the ground with a bang. Lu Tianbo, anesthetic, who is attacking Lu Cici? Who is it? Wow, some people don't talk about wood and play sneak attack. It's so nasty. Seeing this, the corners of Yao Yao's mouth puffed up, her small face was angry. What she hates the most is that others don't talk about wood. Lu Cici is so cute, yet someone sneaked up on her. Su Chen was also a little surprised. The sneak attacker used an anesthesia needle, which meant that Lu Cici was not the killer. It was to make Lu Cici unconscious. What is the purpose of the person who attacked just now? Just when he was surprised, a group of people came not far from the passage. This is a group of pirates. There are blacks and whites. They are tall and strong. With knife scars and tattoos on his body, he was extremely fierce and leaked his evil spirit. At first glance, it looks like a person who often licks blood from the tip of a knife. A group of desperados. Ha ha ha. Lu Cici, the princess of the oil country. If you can kidnap and blackmail the oil country, you will really make a lot of money. How many girls can you play with? How long can it make our brothers happy? I didn't expect to be found by our George pirates. George laughed wildly. Excited. He was blind in one eye, huge and ugly. The left hand is a hook, and the right hand holds a tranquilizer gun. Not only that, but there are 4 number 50 people behind him, all of them are extremely fierce pirates, people who often lick blood from the tip of their knives. After they saw Lu Cici, they all laughed excitedly, the laughter was hoarse and ugly. Oops, it's the George pirates. When Lu Tianbo saw this group of people, his face was extremely ugly and he frowned. Sure enough, as he expected, there were spies in the oil country castle. Otherwise, how could the princess's GPS location be leaked? Day and night defense, home thieves are difficult to prevent. The George pirates are extremely difficult. Each one is a vicious pirate. What this group of people like to do most is kidnapping and kidnapping. By kidnapping rich, powerful and well-known people, they can accumulate wealth through extortion and extortion for them to spend their days and nights. If it's just kidnapping and ransom, the George pirates are extremely greedy and dishonest. Not only will a large amount of wealth be extorted, but tearing of money often happens. Even after paying the money, they killed the hostages. Atrocious. Extremely greedy. Studio. Wow. Fuck. Is this the George pirates? These pirates are notorious in the sea. They often kidnap tickets and hijack ships on the ocean. Now they are stretching their claws towards Lu Cici. I remember that the daughter of a rich man in China was kidnapped by a group of pirates like George. In the end, this rich man in China gave million to George's pirates. As a result, after George pirates received the money, they directly raped, killed, and raped the daughter of a rich man in China. They also shot a video for this rich man in China. At that time, the rich man in China was directly sent to the hospital. I went to the first floor. Isn't this the pirate rape and murder case some time ago? After the Chinese rich man found out, he hated the George pirates very much. He once said that if anyone can kill all the George pirates, he is willing to offer a reward of 5 million. Although the reward amount is very large, it is useless. They are sea pirates. They are very familiar with the terrain of the high seas. Even Interpol can't do anything about them. This group of guys are not as good as animals. They must die. Hey, it's unlucky for George and his group to meet Su Chen and the others. I look forward to it. I look forward to Su Chen and the others slaughtering this group of beasts. The audience sees this group of pirates. I recognize the origin of this group of pirates. They all gritted their teeth with anger. This group of George pirates is extremely cruel, and they are a group of dogs. He often hijacks the ships of Washaw Kingdom, burns, kills and loots, doing all kinds of evil. After official statistics, more than 50 ships were hijacked by the George pirates. The cumulative loss of wealth has exceeded 10 billion. Not only that, every hijacked ship, none of the people inside survived. Regarding this, the Washaw army was furious, and sent battleships and yachts to encircle and suppress the George pirates. But it didn't work at all. The scope of the George pirates' activities is in the high seas, where there are many hidden reefs. They are very good at using the terrain, running away if they can't fight, and they are extremely flexible. It caused the Washaw army a headache, and failed several times in a row. China, Longguang Villa area, Villa 1. Those who can live in the Dragon Crown Villa area. Status is either rich or expensive. Either the financial resources are astonishing or the power is overwhelming. Not to mention, he is the owner of Villa No in Longguang Villa district. Now, inside the villa, an imposing man in a Chinese tunic suit had an extremely haggard face. He took a rag and kept wiping the picture frame. There is a lively and beautiful girl in the photo frame. This girl is exactly his Lin Hu's daughter. The thought of her daughter being raped, humiliated, and killed by a group of pirates. Lin Hu's face was full of grief, his fists were tightly clenched, and his eyes were bloodshot. Xiao Yu, I shouldn't have promised you to go to the North Pole by ship. If I had stopped you, you would not have been kidnapped by the George pirates. You would not have suffered such shame. Lin Hu looked pained. When he was muttering to himself, tears flowed down his face one after another, and his heart was filled with grief. Daughter, Dad is sorry for you. You have suffered such an unfair and inhumane experience. I still can't avenge you. Quote, Daddy is useless. Daddy is useless. Lin Hu's eyes were extremely red. There were bloodshots one after another. His face was full of remorse. He hugged the picture frame and wept bitterly. What I think about in my mind is all the memories of the past and my daughter. He watched his daughter grow up. From elementary school to junior high school. From junior high school to high school, from high school to university, the daughter's laughter like silver bells faintly sounded in my mind. But all of these things no longer exist. It doesn't exist at all. His daughter has been humiliated by the George pirates and died. Die without regret, die incomparably miserable. Whenever Lin Hu saw the video of George pirates sending him abusing and humiliating his daughter, Lin Hu felt extremely sad, as if there were knives stabbing into his heart one after another. The feeling of life is worse than death. Crazy feeling. This painful feeling. It's more painful than someone stabbing him with a knife. Still uncomfortable. Daughter, how can I avenge you? How can I make those bastards be shredded into pieces? There was a strong flame of revenge in Lin Hu's eyes, and he opened his mouth through gritted teeth. He once paid million and offered a reward to the George pirates. Let the mercenaries in the mercenary world encircle and suppress the George pirates, but every time to no avail. It has no effect on the George Sea Group at all. Now they are still making waves, they are still burning, killing and looting. Just at this time, Lin Hu's son, Lin Zishan pushed open the door and walked into the room. Dad, I saw the George pirates. They appeared in the secret realm. I found a chance to avenge my sister. Appearing in the room was a young man in his early 20s. He is similar to Lin Hu, and he is Lin Hu's son. This moment, Lin Zishan's eyes had the same vengeful look as Lin Hu's. Whenever Lin Zishan thought of his kind sister who was once gentle and pleasant, who often went to the orphanage to visit orphans, after suffering that kind of experience. Lin Zishan felt extremely painful in his heart and blamed himself extremely. If he had stopped his sister from traveling to the North Pole by ship, maybe this kind of thing would not have happened. He still remembered the night before departure. His sister asked him whether it would be better to travel by ship or plane to the North Pole. Lin Zishan gave advice on taking a boat. Because only by boat. In order to better watch the scenery of the North Pole, watch the scenery of the North Pole. But Lin Zishan never thought of it. It was because of his own suggestion that he pushed his sister into the abyss with his own hands. Meeting the George pirates made my sister suffer humiliation. Has the George pirates appeared in the secret realm? What chance for revenge? Lin Hu's eyes showed the hope of revenge. He turned his head to look at his son, and spoke eagerly. He knows his son very well, knowing that his son has always done things steadily. Since the son said he found a chance for revenge, he must have found a way. Dad, listen to me carefully. You watch the live broadcast first. Lin Zishan handed a mobile phone to Lin Hu. In the mobile phone, there is a live broadcast of Su Chen and others. In the live broadcast, Su Chen and his party were confronting the George pirates. Maid, this group of guys who are not as good as pigs and dogs are actually in the secret realm. Lin Hu saw the George pirates in the live broadcast. His eyes were red, and he opened his mouth with gritted teeth. His chest was already filled with anger. For the rest of his life, he will never forget the appearance of these pigs and dogs, worse than animals. Dad, the opportunity I mentioned has only half the chance of success. Do you know who this group of people is facing George's pirates? This group of people are the contestants in Exploration of the Secret Realm. Although their team is very strange, they are all extremely powerful. They are unstoppable in the adventure of the secret realm. Lin Zishan opened his mouth slowly, paused, and after thinking about it carefully, he added. Except for Yao Yao in the team. Lin Zishan is one of the die-hard fans of Su Chen's team. Lin Zishan had been paying attention to Su Chen's team when the Secret Adventure program first aired. Watch them continue to explore the secret realm, kill monsters and seize treasures. Even if this adventure team is very strong. So what's the matter with our revenge? Lin Hu frowned. When he just said this sentence, he suddenly thought clearly in his heart, and his eyes widened a bit. You mean to ask Su Chen's team to avenge us? When Lin Hu said this, his eyes showed hope, and his heart was excited. Revenge. He finally saw the hope of avenging his daughter. Lin Hu's breathing was slightly rapid, and his body began to tremble gradually. Wait for 2 years. After 2 full years, he finally got his chance for revenge. In the past 2 years, every night when he sleeps, he will dream of the miserable screams of his daughter being abused by pirates in the video, and he will wake up from the nightmare every day. During these 2 years, he lost more than 40 caddies, and his weight went from 140 caddies to less than caddies. During these 2 years, he was thinking about revenge all the time, thinking about revenge for his daughter. That's right, I want Su Chen and the others to avenge my sister. There was a hint of coldness in Lin Zishan's eyes, and he opened his mouth through gritted teeth. They are in the secret realm. How can we convey information to them? I heard before that no one is allowed to interfere with the contestants in the secret realm. Lin Hu suddenly thought of something, and his face was a little nervous and unable to convey the message to Su Chen and the others. Lin Zishan frowned, and said slowly, I've thought about this question. There are 2 key steps to realize this revenge plan. The first step is to let the program team help us convey the news to Su Chen's team. The second step is to see if Su Chen and the others are willing to agree to our request. Lin Hu nodded, took a deep breath, calmed down, and said seriously, I'll call the program team now. See if the program team agrees to our request. Lin Zishan nodded. He was uneasy in his heart, worried whether this matter would be successful. I was worried whether Su Chen and the others could avenge his sister. Chapter 91. Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. After Lin Hu was silent for a while, he took a deep breath, took out his mobile phone and called the program team. The mobile phone made a beeping sound, waiting for the official of the program group to answer the call. During this period, Lin Zishan and Lin Hu looked at each other, their faces were tense and their hearts were uneasy. The apprehensive program group officials will agree to their request, and will they convey the news to Su Chen and the others? Although the waiting time to answer the phone is very short, only that short 10 seconds. But these 10 seconds are very long for Linhu and Lin Zishan. Soon, the call is connected. Hello, we are the official team of the Secret Adventure program. How can I help you? An official voice sounded from the phone, a female voice. Linhu straightened his face, and said slowly, straight to the point. My name is Linhu, the president of Lingfang Group. It looks like this. I want your program team to help me convey a message to the team members in the Secret Adventure. If you can agree, if you can help me, I am willing to sponsor you 3 million yuan. After he finished speaking, the staff on the other end of the phone fell silent. After hearing Linhu's words, this female staff member in her early 20s, the whole person was suddenly dumbfounded. What? Someone is willing to sponsor their program group 3 million yuan. And just to send a message to the team members in the secret realm. To know, with the Secret Adventure program exploded in the world, there are many businesses willing to sponsor this program. But the requirements are all to advertise their products, to increase popularity, thereby increasing profits. But now, someone is actually willing to give them a price million, just to convey a word to the team members in the Secret Adventure. Oh my goodness, is this pie in the sky? The female staff was stunned. After being stunned for a while, she opened her mouth to answer. I'm sorry, sir, I have no right to make this decision. I have to ask my superiors for instructions. Please wait a moment. We will call you again after we get in touch with your superiors. Linhu nodded, responded, and hung up the phone. The only thing he can do now. Just wait, waiting for the program group's reply. Dad, how's the conversation going? Lin Zishan's face was tense. He spoke at this moment. The staff told me just now. She needs to ask the superiors of the program group for instructions, and let me wait for the call reply. Linhu's face was tense, sweat was secreting from the palms of his hands. He has a characteristic. Once you encounter something that is uneasy and uncontrollable, your palms will sweat. Don't worry, Dad, I don't think the program team will refuse. After all, it's million, just let them inform you of a message. When Lin Zishan said this, he was still a little uneasy. Since the broadcast of the Secret Adventure program, it has attracted the attention of the whole world. The current show can be said to be the most popular adventure show in the world. The number of viewers exceeds million every day. He still has no idea whether the program group will agree to their request. This moment, in the huge villa, the father and son sat on the sofa and waited, silent and not speaking. Quiet. It was quiet. The other side. After the female staff member received a call from Linhu, she immediately walked into the office to report the news she just received. Mr. Wang, just now, a Mr. Linhu claimed to be Linhu called me. As long as our program group agrees to spread a message to Su Chen and the others, he said that he is willing to sponsor 3 million yuan for our program group. The staff reported truthfully and described the situation to Wang Yu in detail. After Wang Yu finished listening, she rolled her eyes and nodded. He was a little surprised in his heart. Linhu, the president of Lingtian Group. He is very familiar with this name. The pirate abuse case that happened some time ago, the father of the victim's daughter is Linhu. When this case happened, it caused an uproar in the society, and everyone was shocked. This news immediately occupied all the hot searches on Weibo Douyin Zihu. The Huasha people were in an uproar. Everyone was filled with righteous indignation, and there was a lot of condemnation on the internet. A group of networked keyboard warriors, with the mother of the George pirates as the center and the 18th generation of the ancestors as the radius, they directly scolded. More than that, this tragedy has also attracted the attention of the Chinese military. Although they have also sent warships to encircle and suppress the George pirates, but without exception, all ended in failure. Wang Yu squinted her eyes, revealing deep thought. In fact, he probably thought of what Linhu's intention was. That is to invite Su Chen's team to avenge his daughter. I know about it. I'll talk to him. You can go to other things. Wang Yu nodded, and said with a slight smile. Okay. The female staff responded and walked out of the office. Wang Yu pondered for a while. He got Linhu's phone number from the staff just now, pressed the phone number, and called with his mobile phone. After a while, the call was connected. Linhu's voice rang from the phone. How about it? Are you promised? If your program group can agree to my request, I will transfer the 3 million yuan immediately. Lin Hu received a call back from the program team. His eyes widened a little, and there was a touch of excitement in his heart, and he spoke quickly at this moment. Called back. The program team called back. Did he agree to his request? Although there was excitement in his heart, he was still a little apprehensive and uncertain. I don't know if the program group agreed. Seeing his father answering the phone, Lin Zishan swallowed, feeling nervous. Did the program team agree? Or do you not agree? Yes. But you must agree. He prayed in his heart, looking forward to it. Ever since his sister encountered that tragic incident, Lin Zishan thought about revenge all the time. All the time, I'm thinking about tearing the George pirates into pieces. Pay for his sister. Now, finally waiting for this opportunity. How can he give up? How could he not grasp it? Mr. Lin Hu Lin, please don't get excited. The program of Secret Land Adventure is co-hosted by some global United Nations. Even if you pay the sky-high price of 3 million yuan. As the general manager of this program, I can't just make a decision to interfere with the program. Inside the phone, Wang Yu said lightly. When he said this, Lin Hu's eyes showed a deep disappointment. Is it really like this? Was he still unable to avenge his daughter? Daughter, Dad is sorry for you. All of a sudden, Lin Hu's eyes were red, and his left hand was clenched into a fist. But it's not over yet. After Wang Yu paused, she continued to speak in a deep voice. But, as a native of China, I personally promise you this matter. I know that you are the father of the victim of the pirate abuse case. I am also a parent, and I can understand your feelings very well. So this matter, I promise you in my own name. How can the Washa Kingdom tolerate the existence of a group of beasts in the George pirates? Those guys deserve to be hacked into pieces. They should go to hell and die a terrible death. The gang of George pirates, who deserve to die, can humiliate the people of our Washa Kingdom once. Then there will definitely be a second, third time. Don't say anything. I'll help you with this matter. Washa people should help Washa people. Wang Yu said indignantly. He understood very well in his heart. If we continue to indulge the existence of this group of pirates, it will be a danger to the future of society. As a Chinese, he naturally wanted to help Lin Hu, who was also a Chinese. Even if the United Nations pursues it, seeing the face of the 3 million sponsorship fee, he didn't go into it. Thank you so much. If you have any difficulties in the future, you can always come to me. Also, wait a minute and I will directly sponsor million for your program group. Lin Hu looked excited, and said tremblingly. Accepted. The program team actually agreed. Now halfway to the successful completion of the plan. The other half. As long as Su Chen and the others agree, the plan will be a complete success. Lin Hu's eyes were full of hope. He finally saw hope, finally saw the hope of avenging his daughter. Hearing that the program team agreed to their request, Lin Zishan also showed excitement in his eyes. I don't know, Mr. Lin, what message do you want me to convey to Su Chen's team? Inside the phone, Wang Yu said cautiously. Although he had a high probability of guessing what Lin Hu wanted to convey to Su Chen and the others, but out of respect, I still use the questioning method. It's very simple for me to send a message. As long as Su Chen and the others can kill all the players in the George Pirates team, I am willing to pay 6 million yuan to his team. There was strong hatred in Lin Hu's eyes, and he opened his mouth through gritted teeth. He tried his best to restrain his anger, but when he thought of that group of scumbags, guys who were not as good as animals, there was still anger in his chest. I'll send you a message right now. This matter is on me. As for whether Su Chen's team agrees or not, that's up to them. Inside the phone, Wang Yuexin nodded and said when she was a little surprised. It seems that in order to avenge his daughter, Lin Hu really spared no expense. In order to convey a message, 3 million was directly spent. In order to get Su Chen's team to agree, another 6 million was spent directly. He knew it very clearly in his heart. Although Lin Hu is a rich man, he is willing to spend 9 million yuan to avenge his daughter, which has already hurt Lin Hu and brought him close to bankruptcy. Even though Lin Hu has a huge listed group, but mobilize so much liquidity at once the group fails to operate, it is very likely that the group will go bankrupt and eventually lead to bankruptcy. Think here. Wang Yu couldn't help but shook her head, and sighed softly, poor parents all over the world. He is also a father now. I can understand Lin Hu's mood very well. The daughter I had looked up to since childhood was raped, humiliated, gang-raped and killed by a group of pirates. After learning about this matter, what parent doesn't feel angry in his heart? What parent doesn't feel anxious? A guy who is not as good as a beast. The George pirates are a existence. Wang Yu frowned tightly, her eyes showing a coldness. He became more and more determined in his mind. That is to help Lin Hu and convey the message to Su Chen. After hanging up the phone, he directly contacted the technical staff of the program group. Xiao Zhang, help me pass a message to Su Chen's team. This passage is, if Su Chen and the others are willing to encircle and kill George's pirate group, Lin Hu, the president of Lingtian Group, will pay them 6 million. Wang Yuezhang said angrily. His words were simple and clear, and he told the technician Xiao Zhang directly. Xiao Zhang was stunned for a moment after listening. Lin Hu, a reward of 6 million. Su Chen's team, George Pirates. After capturing these keywords, Xiao Zhang rolled his eyes and immediately understood what happened. He is not stupid. After thinking about it, he understood. Wait for a good show. Hey, George Pirates, you just wait to die. Xiao Zhang smiled in his heart, feeling secretly refreshed. After he nodded to Wang Yu, he began to operate. Operating the invisible mini-aircraft of Su Chen's team, broadcasting. Within the channel, the George Pirates are confronting Su Chen and others. The George Pirates had a very large number of people. If you count carefully, there are 30 of them. They were all arrogant, extremely burly, with tattoos and hideous scars on their faces. Fierce, ugly. More than that, every pirate in George's Pirates. They are well equipped. There are different types of weapons. Submachine guns, rifles, sniper rifles, long barrel guns, long knives and short swords, etc. This all shows. Each of them has their own special skills and unique skills. Extremely difficult to deal with. Hey, brothers, did you see the girl on the other side? She looks so delicate. Today we have something to play with. George chuckled. He looked at Sister Bauer. His eyes were extremely greedy, revealing obscenity. He looked up and down at Miss Bauer. He raped many women, but I've never seen someone with such a good figure. Not only the skin is smooth and elastic, and she has a very good figure, even though Sister Bauer wears very careless clothes, George can still see Sister Bauer's superb figure at a glance. It's been a long time since I've seen such a wonderful woman. George licked his lips, his heart was hot, and a puff of heat rose from his lower abdomen. Today is simply a bumper harvest. Not only can you kidnap Princess Lu Sisi of the oil country, but you can also play with such a wonderful woman. Today is really a good day for me. In his opinion, Su Chen and his party are already lambs waiting to be slaughtered. The other members of the George Pirates also showed obscene and evil smiles, chat and discuss with each other. Boss, after you finish playing with that bitch, you can play with us brothers too. Yeah, I haven't met such a wonderful woman for a long time. That little girl is also good. There is no meat in the front, but she looks very patient. Fuck. Hey, it's me, just play with both of us. Boss, can we do it? My little brother is already hungry and thirsty. Hee. They were talking to each other, uttering a lot of foul language, unsavory words. As if in the eyes of their pirate group, Su Chen and his group are already lambs waiting to be slaughtered. Their pirate group has 30 members. Every member is vicious and has rich combat experience. As for Su Chen's group, there were only 6 people in number. 2 grown men, 2 girls, a small child, an old man. The difference in strength is so great. How did Su Chen and his group fight them? That's why they are so confident. That's why they are so arrogant. Studio, mad. This George Pirates is too arrogant. They are so arrogant. How dare you hit my 2 wives? George Pirates must die. They have done so many unconscionable things. How dare they attack my wife Yao Yao? Either they are looking for death, or they are looking for death. Oh my god, where do these mentally retarded people get their confidence? Where do they get their confidence? How dare they be so arrogant in front of Su Chen and the others? Ha. The person who was so arrogant in front of Su Chen last time. It's all gone. It seems to be another foreign adventure team. Hoo, Here's a cool song. Silently mourn for 0.00001 seconds for the George Pirates. Since you dare to hit Sister Bauer and Yao Yao, you are really not far from death. Via Live. The audience looked at George's pirate group as if they were looking at a dead person. Watch the live broadcast of Su Chen's team. Each of them knew in their hearts how powerful Su Chen and the others were. Of course, Yao Yao is an exception. Su Chen, you take the young lady and run away. I will buy you time later. You run away, run away. The difference in strength is too huge. We can't match it at all. Escape, escape quickly. Miss, run away. Liu Tianbo, conserve miss. It is the most proud thing in my life. Liu Tianbo turned his head to urge Su Chen with firm eyes. There was a tragic look on his face, and he spoke with the determination to die, with an extremely tragic tone. Although he knew that Su Chen was powerful, but those in the George Pirates are not vegetarians, they are all vicious pirates, pirates who lick blood with their knives. The opponent not only has an absolute numerical advantage, but also has excellent weapons and rich combat experience. They can't resist this group of people. No, Uncle Liu, I will not abandon you. You come with us, come with us. Uncle Liu, don't die. Hearing such tragic words from Liu Tianbo, little Lolita Liu Cece spoke with tears in her eyes. Woohoo, Uncle Liu said these words, is he going to die later? She is often seen in cartoons. Once someone said these words in the cartoon, the person would die in the end. Seeing such a tragic scene of Liu Tianbo, Su Chen and Kakashi were a little speechless, and didn't know what to say for a while. Su Chen, Kakashi, Yao Yao, Sister Bauer. Escape, why run away? They really didn't understand why Liu Tianbo told them to escape. The group of people on the opposite side are noobs, and they are also qualified to let them escape. No need, right? Did Liu Tianbo think too much? Quote. Seeing Su Chen and the others had weird expressions on their faces, Liu Tianbo was stunned. The extremely tragic expression on his face froze for a moment. Okay, why do you feel that the atmosphere is not right? Why do I feel out of place with them? They looked at my expression. How could it be the expression of watching a showman? Can anyone tell me what exactly is going on here? Liu Cece. Uncle Liu already showed such a tragic expression, ready to die. Why are Su Chen and the others so calm? Something is wrong with a billion points. However, just at this time, the invisible mini-aircraft started broadcasting. Notice, notice, prompt notice. If Su Chen and your group can kill George's pirate group, Ling Tian Group Lin Hu will be willing to pay you 6 million. The notification is complete. The sound of broadcasting sounded in the channel. Great sound. Speak clearly. Let everyone in the tunnel hear clearly and clearly. Studio. Wow, wow, wow. Lin Hu. Isn't that the father of the girl who was brutally murdered by the George Pirates? I didn't expect Lin Hu to come to the door. Nuu. 6 million. There is actually a reward of 6 million. Lin Hu really wants to avenge her daughter. Kill George's pirate group. For Su Chen and the others, isn't it just a matter of having a hand? No matter what, the George Pirates are dead. The death of this group of vicious pirates is a contribution to society. Ha 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 ha. Take a quick look. After Su Chen and the others heard the bounty offer, their eyes lit up. Brave Su Chen, go ahead. Kill all those beasts. After hearing the broadcast, George laughed wildly, extremely arrogant. Lin Hu, is that the Lin Hu whose daughter I played to death? I didn't think of it, I didn't think of it. He still misses me. But seriously, his daughter is really good. I can't forget the body and the sound. He licked his tongue. His eyes showed obscenity, as if he was recalling the previous scene. After a pause, George sneered disdainfully, and said coldly, Lin Hu is still mentally handicapped. He actually offered 6 million yuan to invite you to encircle and suppress us. Don't you look at how many of you are there? How many of us are there? Where did he get this courage? Where did you get this strength? As soon as his voice fell, immediately, the other pirates burst into laughter. It seems that in their opinion, Su Chen and his party are just a joke. It seems like an ant that can be crushed to death. Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. 6 billion. Sister Bauer's eyes lit up when she heard the broadcast. 6 billion. That's a full 6 million. The pirate group on the opposite side has 30 people in total. On average, each head is worth 500 million. She looked up at the group of pirates, as if she was looking at money. That's right, it's wasted money. Sister Bauer narrowed her eyes. She could naturally feel that this group of pirates had bad intentions for them. So kill all these pirates. Sister Bauer didn't feel any disgusting burden in her heart. Wow, who is that Lin Hu? Why are you willing to pay so much money? Let us kill this group of pirates. Yao Yao Kazilin blinked her big eyes. There is some doubt in the eyes. Okay, does that Lin Hu have enmity with this group of pirates? Although Yao Yao knew that this group of pirates was not a good thing, she still wanted to know what happened between Lin Hu and this group of pirates. Hearing Yao Yao's doubts, Lu Tianbo spoke in a deep voice, and explained. The reason why Lin Hu is willing to pay you 6 million yuan is because this group of pirates raped and killed his daughter. This group of pirates has no humanity, they are just a bunch of beasts. When he spoke, he did not hide the disgust in his mouth at all. At the same time, Lu Tianbo was a little curious and a little surprised. He was curious why Lin Hu would pay so much money for Su Chen and the others to avenge him. Could it be that Su Chen and this pair are very strong? Lin Hu's eyes are old-fashioned, so when he rolled his eyes, he immediately understood the crux of the matter. What? It turned out to be like this. That Lin Hu is so pitiful. My daughter was ruined by this group of people. This group of pirates is too bad. I'm going to piss Yao Yao to death. Yao Yao put her hands on her hips, the corners of her mouth were puffed up, and she felt sullen in her heart. No wonder Lin Hu would not hesitate to pay such a big price. Ask them to eradicate this group of pirates. It turns out that such a thing happened. This group of pirates really deserved death. They can only rely on brother Su Chen and the others to kill these pirates. I'll be right behind in a moment, let's call them for their hard work. Brave Yao Yao, try hard to call. Kakashi narrowed his eyes and nodded. Rare. He stuffed the little yellow book into his pocket, and took out kunai with his right hand, intent to be ready to fight at any time. This money is not earned in vain. What's more, this group of pirates are not even as good as human beings, and killing them is doing harm to the people. All of a sudden, Kakashi felt murderous in his heart. Su Chen chuckled. He looked up at George and the others not far away, as if he was looking at a dead person. Maid, those people on the opposite side looked at us, did they look down on us? Wait a while and he will know how to write the word dead. Give it to me, and kill all the men. Keep the women to play. George looked sullen and gave orders. He felt the contempt and murderous look in Su Chen's and Kakashi's eyes, and he was very upset and uncomfortable. George knew very well what Su Chen and their eyes meant. That's how a hunter looks at his prey. How could he not know the meaning of Su Chen's eyes? Just like what the boss said. Kill all the men. As for the women, we can do whatever we want later. Kill those guys first. The other pirates all looked proud and spoke arrogantly. When they looked at Sister Bauer and Yao Yao, obscenity appeared in their eyes. The pirates had already loaded their guns, and they fired fiercely at Su Chen, Kakashi and the others. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, there was a hail of bullets in the passage. But not for a while. They were shocked to discover an amazing fact. After shooting, none of the bullets hit Su Chen and the others. How can this be? This is very outrageous. The bullet they just fired. There are hundreds of rounds. But these hundreds of rounds did not cause any harm to Su Chen and the others. How can this be? Clang, 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 clang. Lu Tianbo protects Lu Sisi behind him. He held the nunchuck, turned it 360 degrees, and turned it into a circle, like a windmill, at an extremely fast speed, blocking the attack of bullets. The bullet hit the nunchaku, making a clanging sound, and the flames splashed in all directions. Although Lu Tianbo is over 50 years old, he is still healthy and strong. Using nunchucks, he resisted the rain-like bullets. Don't worry, miss, I will protect you. While resisting the attack of bullets, Lu Tianbo spoke seriously to Lu Sisi behind him. Okay, Uncle Lu, you have to be careful. Lu Sisi nodded cutely, with a look of worry in her big watery eyes, and some self-blame in her heart. Woohoo, if she hadn't run away from home willfully, she wouldn't have encountered this group of pirates, and she wouldn't have been in danger now. Crying, I can no longer run away from home. In the future, I must be a good boy with good moral character. Carrot, Call out, call out, call out, call out. Kakashi was also dodging the bullets. He was extremely fast, running and making the sound of breaking the wind, avoiding all the bullets. At the same time, he opened Sharingan and began to observe a group of pirates on the opposite side. This observation. Kakashi probably has some understanding of the strength of the pirates facing him. Okay, confirmed eyes, a bunch of rubbish. Although they are numerous and well equipped. But that's it, weaker than the monsters they have encountered. Wow, brother Kakashi, you are amazing. You dodge bullets faster again. Yao Yao cheers for you. Brother Kakashi is the best. Brother Kakashi, you are the best. Yao Yao acts as a cheerleader. He was very conscientious. The battle begins. She started to call Kakashi and others to cheer. Yao Yao is very serious about her career as a cheerleader. After she finished cheering up Sister Bauer, she planned to cheer up Su Chen. Yao Yao has become more and more proficient in the profession of cheerleading. For the next goal, cheers for brother Su Chen. She turned her head to look at Su Chen, and when she was about to cheer Su Chen on, she was suddenly stunned. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What's happening here? Only see. Hey, laugh. Laugh, laugh. Su Chen squatted directly on the ground, lifted her buttocks, opened the 7-degree space, and then caught the bullet. Or two. All the bullets hit Su Chen's ass, entered the 7-degree space, and then disappeared without a trace. He wasn't hurt at all. The wind is so coquettish. Extremely wonderful. From Deadpool play value plus 10. 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 Su Chen chuckled. Unlock new ways to block bullets. He'd been thinking about it before. Never paid for practice. Because of what? Because there has been no chance. But now, the pirates shot at him. Su Chen finally found his chance and finally started to try this idea. It's okay if you can't stop the bullet. He has the ability to heal himself, so he can't die anyway. Hey, it's the waves. Just play. The result was unexpected. The experiment was really successful, and the 7-degree space can really absorb bullets. You can suck bullets in. Certainly. It must be within the range of the 7-degree space. A total of 7 cubic centimeters in 100 degrees of space. So it can store about 100 cubic meters of things in total. If it exceeds the acceptable range, the 7-degree space will collapse immediately, and everything inside will disappear. However, the bullet is so small. Even if all the pirates shot him, it would still be within the range of the 7-degree space. At this moment, Su Chen wanted to shout in his heart, 7-degree space is awesome. Hey, no wonder so many girls like to use it, it really makes sense. Brother Su Chen, what are you doing here? What? He's actually blocking bullets with his ass. Wow 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 wow. This is too fierce, too powerful. After Yao Yao was stunned for a moment, Kazilin's big eyes were filled with admiration. She never thought that Su Chen could block bullets in this way. Not only makes full use of the ability of the 7-degree space, but also saves your physical strength. Brother Su Chen has such a big brain. Studio. Ha 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 ha. The beauty of the flower, the beauty of the flower. What the hell is the talent of the flower? He actually uses the flower to block bullets. It's awesome plus. Ha 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 ha. Su Chen is too weird, too funny. But I like it. Sisters, I am so happy, how about you? Wow Kaka. It's almost driving me crazy from laughing. This is the posture of the buttocks, which is exactly the same as Sister Bauer. It's really enchanting. I'm excited to see a boy. I went up to the first floor. So you are also gay. Then we have a common topic. First borrow a step, add a contact information, and fencing with each other when you have free time. Learn from each other. Blooming in a trance. Su Chen show. I don't even support the wall, so I support Su Chen. This way of blocking bullets. This is the first time I've seen you in a long time. PFF'd. I was drinking milk on the bed, and suddenly spit out a mouthful of milk. Laughing wildly with my girlfriend. Girlfriend, drinking milk, all knock. Old Versailles killed you. The single dog suddenly cried and fainted in the toilet. Nima, I want to drink milk too. My stomach hurts from laughing. Are you sure this is an adventure show? Not a variety show. I almost laughed out loud. The audience saw Su Chen's miraculous way of blocking bullets. All of them couldn't help but laugh. They all said in their hearts, "What kind of sand sculpture is this, Su-chen? So happy, so happy." Sister Bauer, Kakashi. Su-chen is blocking a bullet. Stop bullets in this way. Director 2. While being bold, mocking each other with your fart eyes. Needless to say, this method works really well. None of the bullets fired by the pirates hurt Su-chen. Not only unscathed, but full of ridicule. One word, absolutely. Su-chen deserves to be you. See this scene. While the other pirates were shocked, they were all stunned. What? All the bullets they fired were absorbed by Su-chen's ass. What kind of ass is this? Ass made of black holes. The pirates panicked immediately, and they stopped their guns. One by one, they looked left and right, and looked at each other in blank dismay. Is this guy a monster? Ass can catch bullets, if it is normal. They were close to hundreds of rounds of bullets just now, and they have already beaten ordinary people's buttocks, and they have already shot flowers. But now, Su-chen's ass is unscathed. Their 30 pairs of eyes all looked at Su-chen's ass. While observing carefully, an inexplicable idea popped up in the hearts of the pirates. What a puffy ass. What a plump ass. This fart is too good. Seeing Su-chen, buttocks, some bioles and hot thunder in the pirates, immediately came the feeling, one by one slightly bent their legs. Ah, you look at me like that. What are you doing? People will be ashamed. Don't you keep shooting at me. Don't you keep shooting at me. Cowardly, scared, that's it, then I'll go. Su-chen giggled, turned around and taunted the pirates frantically. His words were coquettish and chatty. From Deadpool play value plus 10. 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 Hey, needless to say, this 7-degree space is really easy to use. One thing to say, 7-degree space YYDS. Lu Tianbo. Kakashi. After they heard Su-chen's rascal words, the two of them covered their faces, not knowing what to say for a while. What are these tiger and wolf words? This is either driving or driving, and my speed exceeds 180 yards per hour, okay. This car drove into their faces. Fuck, you bunch of trash. How many of you are afraid of this mere few people? Will you be afraid of this washout pig? Although his ass can block bullets, I don't believe he can block my bazooka. George saw his men showing fear one by one, immediately angry. These rubbish. After so many years of burning, killing and looting, what things have not been done? To be frightened by a fart. Although the ass on the opposite side is perfect, I want to X, but so what? Can it stop the rocket launcher? Waste. Give me the rocket. I just blasted that ass. With fierce eyes, George directly grabbed the bazooka carried by his subordinates, and said coldly. He tilted his neck, his eyes showed cruelty, and aimed at Su-chen's ass with a bazooka. Studio. I knock. George and his group actually brought a bazooka. This shit is so well equipped. The shells are so powerful, I don't know if Su-chen can hold them. It's hard to say. It's so big, I don't know if it can fit inside. I feel like it should work. Su-chen is still very patient. The bullets have been carried. Isn't that thing just bigger? Can't it fit in? Oh my god. Why do you always feel like you are driving? This is definitely not the car leading to the kindergarten. Let me down, let me down. It's so big. I don't know if Su-chen can withstand it, but I can. Cough cough. Ruthless. Ha 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 ha. Within the channel. What? Brother Su-chen, be careful. The people on the other side are planning to bombard you with rockets. Yao Yao covered her mouth with two small hands and exclaimed. The shells are big and thick. I don't know if Brother Su-chen can resist it. Worry worry. Forehead. When little lowly Lu Sisi saw Su-chen's wonderful operation, it brought a great shock to her young heart. It turns out that farts can stop bullets. At the age of 6, she suddenly understood something. Lu Tianbo. Seeing Su-chen's coquettish operation, he froze in place, not knowing what to say for a while. Nima, is this something humans can do? Quote, what? Brother Su-chen, be careful. They come, a lot of shots. Yao Yao exclaimed, and covered her eyes with her two small hands, showing a gap between her fingers. Kakashi, they come, shot a lot. Why do I always feel that what Yao Yao said has internal taste? It's because he watched too much, Jinmei. Or is Yao Yao too pure and too lustful? For a while, Kakashi was also a little unclear. As for Su Chen, he never worried about it. Su Chen's strength is astonishing. Great power. Extremely fast. The combat awareness is amazing. If he could be killed by the bazooka, he would find a piece of tofu and smash himself to death. The moment Yao Yao's voice fell, the other side, a cruel smile appeared on the corner of George's mouth. He pulled the bazooka trigger and pulled it continuously. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, the rocket launcher made a roaring sound, and when sparks came out, it fired one shell after another. There are 4 pieces in total. These 4 shells are extremely fast. As soon as they appeared, they rushed towards Su Chen's ass. George sneered inwardly. These shells in the bazooka are all high-energy compressed shells. It is 10 times the damage of ordinary shells. Hee hee. Wait until you die, you stupid Chinese pig. George laughed. The laughter was extremely rampant. But soon, he couldn't laugh anymore, because the 4 shells were all gone. That's right, it's gone. Quote, laugh, 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 laugh. 4 shells hit Su Chen's ass. After making 4 hissing sounds, it disappeared immediately. Weird. How is this possible? How can that be? When George saw this scene, it was like seeing a ghost. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief, his face full of disbelief. Why is it gone? Just now I clearly saw that the 4 shells hit the target. How could it disappear without a trace? George's face changed drastically, and he couldn't believe it. Studio. Ha ha ha. Su Chen is indeed a unique skill. He can even hold a cannonball. It's been a long time. Ahem. Let me tell you something. Who doesn't like such a buttocks? I like it very much. So is it unusual to block a few shells? Have you noticed? Su Chen's R2 is comparable to Bauer's R2. Could it be that people with a good figure, after squatting down, all have R2s like this? Ababa. I admit that I am guilty. I am greedy for Su Chen's body. Hee hee. Is there any girl who is not greedy? Tall and handsome, with a good figure, 8-pack abs, can speak well. Live well, and with such a bile buttocks, I am watering. Ahem, I am talking about water in the glass. I'm knocking. You girls are getting sensual. It has nothing to do with us boys. I'm afraid. Boys really need to be a little bit more careful outside. Lu Cece blinked her eyes cutely, thinking that Su Chen in the red leather case is so amazing. Why did the bullets and missiles all disappear after hitting his ass? Strange. Really weird. Is this doing magic? I don't believe it anymore. George looked sullen and unbelieving. After loading the rocket launcher with shells, he aimed at Su Chen and fired the shells again. Still 4 shells. Laugh. Quote, laugh, laugh, laugh. 4 shells hit Su Chen's ass. After sending out 4 hisses, it still disappeared as before. Seeing this scene, George felt like he had seen a ghost, and his heart skipped a beat. Suddenly, he had a bad premonition in his heart, a very bad premonition. This premonition saved his life several times. George was almost shot dead by Interpol several times, but relying on this premonition helped him escape from death several times. Escape. Must escape. As soon as this idea popped up in his heart, he couldn't restrain it. Go. Let's go quickly. Leave the secret realm, leave here. George's face changed drastically, and he turned his head and spoke gloomily to the other pirates. He understood very well in his heart. If you don't go now, the fate waiting for them will be death. Boss, there is no need for us to escape. There are dozens of us, including the elderly and children, and there are only 5 or 6 of us. That's right, boss. We have been following Lu Cece for so long and entered the secret realm across the ocean. If Lu Cece can be used to blackmail the petroleum country, tens of billions will not be a problem at all. The 2 pirates suddenly became a little unhappy, and they spoke again and again. Do they think the boss is stupid? How could you be afraid of these people? Although the guy in the red leather jacket looked very weird, he wasn't too threatening. Why run away? The other pirates were also unhappy and puzzled. You 2 are teaching me how to do things. George's face was ugly and he roared angrily. He stepped forward and slapped the 2 pirates with his backhand. These 2 slaps are extremely powerful. The faces of the 2 pirates were swollen and their teeth were knocked out. But, just at this time, Su Chen's voice sounded in the passage. Why are you running away in such a hurry? You left something behind. He giggled, took out his ass with his right hand, and took out a cannonball. This cannonball was exactly the cannonball that George fired at him just now. As soon as the cannonball was taken out, Su Chen slammed it at George and the others. Boom! The shells were extremely fast, flying towards them fiercely in the air. When George and the others saw this, their faces changed drastically, and their expressions were terrified. Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. The cannonball Su Chen threw was even faster than the rocket launcher. The shells flew in the air at high speed, with bursts of wind breaking, extremely fast. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Bombs are coming. George panicked, his face changed drastically, and a strong life and death crisis emerged in his heart. You must know that their shells are not ordinary shells. The ammunition powder inside has been compressed 10 times, and has 10 times the power of ordinary shells. Once exploded, the lethality is extremely large and the range is extremely wide. He originally thought of blasting Su Chen into scum with shells. Unexpectedly, it was absorbed by Su Chen's ass. More than that, now Su Chen took the cannonball out of his ass in a weird way, and threw the cannonball at them. Is this Nima going to be so outrageous? Do you want to be so magical? That's all. The speed at which Su Chen threw the cannonball was actually faster than the rocket launcher. Is this still a normal human being? He couldn't believe it. When the other pirates saw the cannonball heading towards them, they fled frantically one by one, running here and there, rolling and crawling. It's so embarrassing. Oh, the shell exploded. The passage made a huge roar and loud noise. The channel vibrated violently. What? Ah, what? Some pirates who didn't have time to dodge let out screams and were directly blasted by the bombs. Blood was splashed everywhere, and broken bodies were scattered everywhere. Broken hands and feet, heads and bodies were left, and pieces of meat were everywhere. Very tragic, very bloody. Under this shell, the George pirates directly lost 10 people. Originally from 30 pirates to 20 pirates directly. Lost heavily. Hey, it seems that my shot is quite accurate. One shot into the soul. Complete 10 kills directly. This can't be directly super god. Sure enough, the pistol is good and the shooting is accurate. The bomb is also accurate. Su Chen chuckled, with a playful look on the corner of his mouth. His death to this group of pirates, there is no pity in pity. This group of pirates burned, killed and looted. 10 deaths are not enough to pay for the crimes they have committed. So Su Chen didn't hold anything back, just bombarded with shells. Only a few can be killed with shells. One less pirate like this is one less harm to society. I, Su Chen, Cannon God. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Brother Su Chen, you are amazing. It killed 10 pirates in one blast. Come on, get rid of all these pirates, and we will have 6 million yuan, wow. Yao Yao smiled sweetly and spoke excitedly. She kept calling Su Chen to cheer her on. It's great to have a teammate like Su Chen. Full of security, hee. Studio. Ha ha ha. It's so cool to watch. Su Chen did a great job. Well fried. This group of inhuman pirates deserve to end up like this. It's so satisfying. Su Chen is a group of handsome operators. He is so handsome. The speed of throwing cannonballs with his hands is actually faster than that of a rocket launcher. Awesome. This hand speed is amazing. Su Chen is worthy of being the god of the gun god. It takes 10 years to practice the hand speed. I am ashamed of myself as the king of the gun king, and I am willing to bow down. My Gao. Su Chen's hand speed is so fierce. The light of righteousness. It shines on the earth. George's pirate group is about to finish. Now they meet Su Chen and others. Then wait for the group to be destroyed. Hey, I often walk by the river without getting my shoes wet. The George pirates deserved what they did. The audience saw the flesh and blood of the George pirates being bombed, and they all cheered in their hearts. The George pirates hijacked so many Chinese ships and killed so many Chinese people. The Chinese people have long been filled with righteous indignation. So I saw the George pirates being killed indiscriminately. Each of them exclaimed in their hearts. The other side, Longguang Villa area. It is good. Good job. Die well. I saw that the George pirates were randomly killed by Su Chen. Lin, who was excited and clapped his hands excitedly. How many days? How many days have passed? Now I finally saw the George pirates being killed indiscriminately. The gloom in his heart finally disappeared. Daughter, I can finally give you an explanation. In a while, the George pirates will be buried with you. Lin Hu clenched his fist, looking forward to it. Lin Zishan was also happy in his heart. His decision is right. Su Chen's strength can crush this group of pirates. Can help them take revenge. Sister, if you are in the spirit of the sky, just keep reading and see how this group of George pirates died tragically. Lin Zishan's eyes were cold, and he continued to look towards the live broadcast room. Within the channel, F.U.C.K. F.U.C.K. After the aftermath of the shells, George stood up in a state of embarrassment, with a gloomy face and vicious eyes. He saw himself losing so many brothers. I was extremely angry in my heart, cursing incompetently and furiously. Every pirate here is his right-hand man. Every loss is a huge loss for him. How to do? It seems that there is no escape at all. This guy in the red holster is bad. How could there be such a weird person? George's face darkened. When looking at Su Chen's eyes, there was a look of resentment. Bros, kill him. Escape is impossible. Today either they die or we die. A sinister look appeared in George's eyes, and he opened his mouth through gritted teeth. He has now understood a fact. That is, it is very difficult to escape. Only by fighting desperately can we find a chance of survival. The other pirates also showed ferocity in their eyes. Since the boss has said so, are they going to back down? This group of pirates are all desperados licking blood at the tip of their knives. At this moment, under the stimulation of life and death crisis, the ferocity in their nature was even more aroused. They looked at each other, nodded, and pulled the triggers one by one again, ready to fire at Su Chen and the others. Bros, beat, kill them to death for me. George gritted his teeth, his eyes were vicious. As the voice fell, the other pirates showed madness in their eyes. They raised their guns and shot at Su Chen and them frantically. Boom, 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 boom. Sparks shot out in the passageway, and one after another bullets slanted towards Su Chen and the others. The bullets were densely packed, like a rain curtain. Obviously, facing the crisis of death, the pirates planned to fight to the death. But, is that useful? Su Chen hasn't made a move yet. Kakashi sprinted and appeared in front of Su Chen and the others. He quickly made a tactic with both hands, and directly performed ninjutsu. Thunder done. Thunder Tiger kills. As soon as the ninjutsu is displayed, his two hands flashed brightly, and he pushed forward suddenly with both hands. Immediately, a Thunder Tiger formed. Lightning flashed in the tunnel, and a huge Thunder Tiger made of lightning appeared. As soon as Lei Hu appeared, he roared suddenly, and bit at George's pirate group. Extremely fast. The attack power is extremely strong. Roar, hey, 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 hey. The huge Lei Hu directly blocked all of his densely packed bullets, bite directly at George and his group. One after another, the bodies of the pirates were torn apart. Intestines, heart and other organs leaked all over the place. Some had their heads bitten off. Some were disemboweled. When Lei Hu appeared, it was a massacre. The pirates wailed one after another, unable to resist at all. What the hell is this? How can it be so powerful? It can't be stopped at all. F.U.C.K. What? Escape. Escape. The pirates took guns and kept shooting Thunder Tiger. Turns out it doesn't work at all. They were constantly being killed by Thunder Tiger. In less than a minute or two, more than a dozen of the remaining two pirates died. Chakra, who supported Thunder Tiger's activities, was exhausted and eventually disappeared. At this moment, only two pirates left. George has another one-armed pirate. The two of them looked at each other, and they both saw the color of fear in each other's eyes. George swallowed. Cold sweat came straight from the back, and cold air came from the feet to the head. Only now did he realize what kind of monster he had provoked. This moment, he felt extremely regretful. Let me go. As long as you let me go, I am willing to hand over the wealth I have collected in my life. It is a full 20 billion. How about it? Is this a good deal? I know the reason why you killed us is because of the 6 million that Lin Hu gave you. But think about it, I have 20 billion here, which is much higher than that of Lin Hu. How are you thinking? As long as you let me go now, I will immediately give you the treasure map in my hand. George looked ugly. He took out a map from his pocket, which marked the wealth accumulated by their George pirates. If not for survival, he will not hand over this map. Big brother, are you going to abandon me? The one-armed pirate's expression changed suddenly when he heard George's words. Just now, George said let him go, not let them go. That is, George didn't intend to rescue the one-armed pirate. George heard this. His face immediately turned black. He really didn't care about the life and death of the one-armed pirate just now. Just now, in order to save my life, I exposed the most true thoughts in my heart. Where will it be? We have been through life and death together for so long. How could I abandon you? The corners of George's eyes twitched, and he spoke lightly. Su Chen, who was not far away, suddenly wanted to laugh when he heard this. He rolled his eyeballs, and said with a hasty smile, I can let you go if you want. Unless you kill the pirate next to him who is missing an arm. Hearing this, George's face was gloomy. Without hesitation, he took out his pistol and shot the one-armed pirate directly in the head. Boom. Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. Boom. Gunshots sounded in the passage. George shot the crew without hesitation. Laugh. The one-armed pirate has a hole in his forehead. Blood flowed from the dark hole. His eyes widened and his eyes were about to burst. It never occurred to him that George would actually shoot him. For a moment, the one-armed pirate was filled with grief and indignation, and tasted the pain of being betrayed. They have been through life and death together for so long, but in the end they never expected that George would kill him with a single shot. Anger and resentment filled his heart. I'm a ghost. I won't let you go. There was a strong resentment in the eyes of the one-armed pirate. When he finished speaking, the breath of life was rapidly passing away. Finally, with a plop, he fell to the ground, his face covered in blood. When George saw this scene, his face was extremely ugly and his heart was angry. Fuck. K. You die when you die, how dare you curse me? Who do you think you are? To be able to follow me and be my crew, it's your pleasure. This is your glory. If not for me, you should have died long ago. Guy, F.Uck. You deserve it. If you don't die, who will die? Boom. 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 George looked angry and cursed. He raised his pistol, and fired 7 or 8 shots into the one-armed pirate's face and his crew again. Shoot in the face. The face of the one-armed pirate suddenly became a bloody mess. The eyeballs were shot, the head exploded, and the brains flowed all over the floor. Studio. Whoa, 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 whoa. Smash my teammate directly. This is too cruel. That crew member just cursed at George, and he was flogged to death. His head was shot. It can be seen from here. How ruthless George is. He didn't hesitate for a moment when he killed his teammates. He is indeed a ruthless man, a little less ruthless than a wolf. Nima, is this fighting in the nest? Anyway, I don't sympathize with them at all. They are all a group of sinful pirates. If you die, you will die. I knocked. The scene was a bit bloody. I saw eyeballs and brains, and I almost wanted to vomit. Within the channel, dozens of dead bodies lay on the ground. Without exception, these corpses are the corpses of pirates. George's pirate group, which had been arrogant and rampant, now has only one person left, and that is George. This moment, George's face was extremely ugly. He looked up at Su Chen, and said with an ugly face, I've already killed the man you said you were going to kill. Can I go now? He, George, has been wandering outside for so long, when has he suffered such a disadvantage? If Su Chen let him go, he will definitely take revenge on Su Chen and the others. Dig graves and kill everyone Su Chen and the others knew. He, George, must let Su Chen and the others know how miserable the end of offending him will be. Now, just wait for Su Chen to let him go. Oh, did I promise to let you go? When did I promise to let you go? Su Chen chuckled, saying that he didn't say anything just now. Telling honesty with a group of pirates is really cerebral palsy. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. To know, people in George's group often kidnap and tear up tickets. What does torn ticket mean? Even when he promised to collect money and release him, he still killed him. Lin Hu's daughter just encountered tearing up her ticket. Lin Hu remitted 2 million yuan to George and the others. What happened? George and the others still tore up their votes, directly humiliating Lin Hu's daughter to death. You are dishonest. George's face was extremely gloomy, as if he could drip water, as if he had eaten shit. Now he finally understands what it's like to be dishonest. Uncomfortable group. George suppressed the anger in his heart, gritted his teeth and said, "How can you let me go? People have to bow their heads under the roof." In order to be able to survive, he also went all out. Brother Su Chen, you can't let him go easily. This group of pirates have done a lot of evil, and they don't deserve death. Yao Yao pouted, extremely cute. Now speak angrily. Whenever she thinks of what the George pirates did to Lin Hu's daughter, she always feels very angry in her heart. Ah, just so angry. How can they be so perverted? To actually do that kind of thing. Yao Yao is really mad at me. Oh, you can let me let you go if you want. Kneel on the ground and sing conquer. If you sing well, I can consider letting you go. Su Chen rubbed his chin, chuckled, and spoke meanly. A pirate like George, it is not worth it to let him die so soon without playing with it. He didn't blink. I feel like the more I play Deadpool, the more I feel like a villain. No way, who told me to be so conscientious? I, Su Chen, actor. Deadpool roll value +6. Deadpool roll value +6. Deadpool roll value +6. Deadpool roll value +6. Kakashi looked strange. He glanced at Su Chen. Why did he feel that Su Chen was becoming more and more like a villain? But one thing to say, well done. He gave Su Chen a thumbs up in his heart. Yao Yao tilted her head, and Kazilin had doubts in her big eyes. This made brother Su Chen let George sing conquer. Can this bad guy George sing? Can you sing? With this doubt, she turned to look at George. Sing conquer. George's eyes twitched. His face was extremely ugly, and he was struggling in his heart whether to sing or not. If he doesn't sing, he will surely die. If you sing, there may be a glimmer of life. Fuck. After struggling for a while, George took out his phone and chose to sing. Choose to conquer Su Chen. With a plop, he knelt on the ground and began to sing Conquest hoarsely. Finally you found a way. The outcome is determined, the price of winning or losing. It's each other who are smashed to pieces, you who look healthier in your heart. Countless scars, I am the tenacious. The captives of this battle, you conquered like this. Cut off all escape routes, my heart is strong. My decision was muddled, I was conquered by you just like that. Drink the poison you hid, my plot is over. My love and hate have been buried, finally I understand what the two of you want. It's an end, within the channel, George's incomparably ugly singing sounded. Extremely ugly, unbearable, what? This guy's singing is too ugly. It's even worse than brother Kakashi's singing. Dislike. Yao Yao raised the corners of her mouth, looked at George with a look of disgust, and hummed. But speak up. She knew she had said something wrong, covered her mouth with her little hand, and turned to look at Kakashi. Kakashi, is it harder to sing than brother Kakashi? He felt offended. The corners of his eyes twitched. Studio. Ha ha ha. Su Chen knows how to play. To actually let the vicious George sing Conquest. This scene is too joyful. Su Chen deserves to be you. You are so flamboyant. Hee. This live broadcast is really enjoyable. The George pirates are finally going to be wiped out. I didn't expect that the George pirates, which the Chinese military can't help, fell into Su Chen's hands. Famous screen. Hurry up and take a screenshot as a souvenir. Su Chen is so cheap. But I like it, hee. This George is really willing to do anything to survive, a group of deep-rooted people in this city. Su Chen narrowed her eyes, and took a careful look at George who was singing Conquer. Have to say, George is a ruthless character, not only ruthless to others, but also ruthless to himself, willing to do anything to survive, no matter what. Rather a hero. But this person will die sooner or later. The moment he finishes singing Conquest is the moment he is sent to hell. Soon, George's extremely ugly singing gradually faded away. But, just at this time, sand sculpture. A gigantic creature appeared behind George, the king of sand sculptures. Its body is extremely huge, and the feathers on its body are like adamantium iron, shiny black, with a metallic luster, incomparably hard, as if indestructible. More than that, the body of the king of sand sculptures is dozens of times larger than that of ordinary sand sculptures. Huge size. Its 2 claws and bird's beak are golden black, exuding a faint golden light, and you can feel its sharpness from a distance. What the hell is this? George's back felt cold, and when he turned his head and saw the king of sand sculptures suddenly appearing, he swallowed his saliva and spewed shit and urine out of fright. The size of the king of sand sculpture is too huge. It is more than 10 meters high, and it spreads its wings, reaching a width of 30 meters. In front of the king of sand sculptures, George was extremely insignificant, like a little one. Sand sculpture. Sand sculpture. The king of sand sculpture raised his head to the sky and called out. The huge beak pecked directly at George. George screamed, and before he could struggle, he was directly pecked into the bird's beak. The strange thing is that the beak of the sand sculpture king can still chew, just like humans chew food. Click click. After George was ground into pieces and ground into meat paste, he was directly swallowed by the king of sand sculptures. He ended up miserable and died without a whole body. I'm afraid it won't be long before he will be digested by the sand sculpture and become a pile of dung. Su Chen. His eyebrows were raised, but he didn't expect a large sand sculpture to appear suddenly, directly evaporating George from the world. That's not bad, he doesn't need to do it. Miss Bauer. This sand sculpture is so big. I don't know what kind of sand sculpture it is. It looks so ferocious. Yao Yao is a little scared. She hid behind Sister Bauer, and when she blinked curiously, she spoke cutely. It's easy. Other sand sculptures are just called sand sculptures. But this sand sculpture is the name of the sand sculpture. I call the sand sculpture one more time. So there is no doubt. This sand sculpture is the king of sand sculptures. Bauer looked serious and spoke wittily. Uncharted Adventure. Unlock the Deadpool template at the beginning. Wow, Sister Bauer, you are amazing. Such a detailed thing was discovered by you. Just now I listened carefully to the cry of this sand sculpture. I found that it is really the same as what you said. Yao Yao Kazilin blinked her big eyes, and looked at Sister Bauer adoringly with her small face. Hee hee, Sister Bauer is really smart. Unexpectedly, he discovered all of this. Awesome, Kakashi, Su Chen. The two of them looked at each other, seeing strangeness in each other's eyes. It is called one more sand sculpture, so it is called the king of sand sculptures. It seems that there is no reason to refute it. As expected of you, Sister Bauer, you are such a witty group. Studio. Ha 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 ha. Sister Bauer is so cute. It's because there is an extra sand sculpture. So it is called the king of sand sculptures. Good guy, I just call him good guy. Wow kaka kaka. Sister Bauer is simply a treasure girl. She is indeed my wife. A lovely group. A cow, a cow. Sister Bauer has a clear logic. What is your wife? It's my wife, okay. But there is one thing to say. The George pirates are all wiped out. There should be applause here. There should be applause here. Hee hee. The light of righteousness shines on the earth. The George pirates are dead. Hee hee. Longwang Villa area. Villa 1. Daughter, have you seen it? Has your spirit in heaven seen it? Father has already avenged you. 2 years, 2 full years. Dad has already avenged you. Rest in peace, daughter. Lin, who saw George being chewed and eaten by the sand sculpture. He was finally able to realize his desire for revenge. The burden that had been weighing on his heart was finally gone. He who had wanted to avenge his daughter countless days and nights, now his wish finally came true. He sat on the sofa and took a deep breath, feeling relaxed all over. Dad, we made it. Lin Zishan was extremely excited, with joy in his eyes. Revenge. Finally avenged my sister. Just wait for Su Chen and the others to come out. We will send this bank card over. Lin Hu narrowed his eyes, and he took out a bank card from the drawer. There are 6 million in this bank card. The 6 million is Su Chen's reward. The most important thing in doing business is honesty. The reason why his business and the group can grow so big is because of integrity. Dad, we just have to wait. I believe that according to Su Chen's strength, it will be a matter of time before they come out of the secret realm. We'll just wait and see. Lin Zishan smiled and said. The reason why they were able to revenge successfully. The contribution of Su Chen and his group cannot be denied. If it weren't for Su Chen and the others, they don't know when and what month they would be able to avenge themselves. To know, their family had offered a reward of 5 million to the pirate group before, but in the end there was no result. But as soon as Su Chen and the others make a move, it will be done immediately. Ah, Lin Hu nodded. After finishing this matter, it's like they owe Su Chen a favor. But, although they knew that Su Chen and the others were powerful, they were concerned about whether Su Chen and the others could come out of the secret realm. They are not quite sure yet. Because the secret realm is extremely weird and dangerous. Su Chen and others explored for a week, but they only explored a very small part. The further back in the passage, the more dangers there are, and there are more and more weird creatures. Their group is mainly engaged in the collection of resources related to secret realms. Explore in the secret realm, looking for valuable resources and energy. So Lin Hu and Lin Zishan knew very well how dangerous the secret realm was. After Lin Zishan and Lin Hu looked at each other in blank dismay, they continued to watch the live broadcast. Within the channel, after the King of Sand Sculptures ate George, its eyes lit up fiercely, and it looked at Su Chen and the others with greedy eyes. The reason why it came to this passage was because of the smell of blood. Food. These are a bunch of tasty treats. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture. The King of Sand Sculpture roared at Su Chen and the others. The sound wave was so loud that the passageway vibrated and the dust rolled down. Obviously, it has already regarded Su Chen and the others as food. Wow, Sister Bauer is not good. This big sand sculpture has fierce eyes. It seems to be eating us. Yao Yao Kazilin blinked her big eyes, and said with a small face of fear. Sister, don't be afraid. Cece, I will protect you. Little lowly Lu Cece walked in front of Yao Yao, and spoke in a childish voice. Snort, it's not just a sand sculpture. I am not afraid. Yao Yao, she saw how brave Lu Cece looked, feeling ashamed for a moment. Even a 6-year-old child is more courageous than her, saying he wants to protect her. Yao Yao, I really am a waste. Woohoo, cack. For a moment, Yao Yao was so ashamed that she felt ashamed, her little face flushed bright red. She took a deep breath, stood up, and said softly. Don't be afraid, Cece. Thank you for willing to protect me, and I will protect you too. After speaking, Yao Yao walked up to Lu Cece, acting like a big sister caring for children. All right, Lu Cece nodded obediently. The child has grown up after all. Seeing Yao Yao's actions, Sister Bauer felt extremely relieved. It seemed to be watching his daughter grow up slowly. As a mother, she felt a little moved and moved in her heart. Yao Yao felt the look in Sister Bauer's eyes. His face was a little strange, and something was wrong in his heart. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sister Bauer is treating her like a daughter again. Careful, that sand sculpture is attacking. Suddenly, Kakashi let out a deep voice, reminding him. Not far away. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture. At the same time, the King of Sand Sculpture's eyes shone fiercely. It suddenly spread its wings and slapped them fiercely. With the sound of breaking wind, they rushed towards Su Chen and the others at an extremely fast speed. Its flying speed is more than 10 times faster than ordinary sand sculptures, extremely fast. Boom, 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 boom. Su Chen has quick eyesight and quick hands. He immediately took out his 2 guns, jumped up suddenly, and kept shooting at the sand sculpture king's head. His hand speed was extremely fast, and he shot hundreds of rounds with his pistol in less than 3 seconds. But, doesn't work at all. The whole body of the sand sculpture king's defense is extremely hard, like a fine steel. The bullets had no effect on it. As soon as the bullets hit its body, they only rubbed off sparks, leaving faint white marks on the feathers of the sand sculpture king. Su Chen, he hadn't thought of it. The defensive power of this giant sand sculpture is so amazing. The bullet can't shoot through it. But yes, as his basic Deadpool performance rate continues to increase, his basic attributes continue to increase. Now the power of dual guns is getting smaller and smaller. Now that he casually slashes a knife, it is more than 10 times as powerful as a bullet. Seeing that using a gun was useless, Su Chen chuckled. He drew out the double knives behind him and kicked his feet. Boom! Under the huge force, a huge pit appeared on the ground. He flew forward suddenly, at an extremely fast speed, like a flash. Kakashi, Seeing Su Chen's speed, he was a little shocked. Su Chen's speed actually increased again. Hey! Hey! In midair, Su Chen quickly drew out his knife and slashed at the Sand Sculpture King twice. A knife on the left wing. A knife on the right wing. As soon as it was cut off, the wings were splashed with blood, leaving wounds that were not deep or shallow. Okay, harder than imagined. He originally thought that cutting these two knives would cut off the wings of this giant sand sculpture. It turned out that I didn't expect that it couldn't be cut off. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture, sand sculpture, sand sculpture. After being hacked twice, the king of sand sculpture let out a shrill cry. When it looked at Su Chen, its eyes shone fiercely. It never thought of it. These humble humans can actually hurt it. The king of sand sculpture has wisdom not weaker than that of human beings. Seeing that the attack was unsuccessful, it immediately flew to the top of the passage, hovering on the top of the passage. Little Shishi, you have to be careful. The defense of this sand sculpture is amazing. Ordinary bullets and darts are useless to him. Don't get hurt, otherwise, I will feel bad. It hurts in your body, it hurts in my heart. Love you so much. Su Chen landed on the ground and spoke with a hey smile. He turned to look at Kakashi and blew a kiss over. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Deadpool roll value +5. Comma. Feel Su Chen's air kiss. Kakashi shuddered, the corners of his eyes twitched, and he said a word. Gun. Nima. Love 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 every day. Love you selling hemp batches. What? That big sand sculpture seems to be calling other sand sculptures. Yao Yao looked up at the top of the passage, and saw the giant sand sculptures constantly making sand sculptures in the passage, as if they were calling. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture. The king of sand sculptures cried out to the sky, calling constantly. Yao Yao is right, it is indeed summoning other sand sculptures. Under this sound of calling, not long after, a large group of sand sculptures suddenly appeared not far from the passage. Sand sculpture, sand sculpture, sand sculpture. A large group of sand sculptures were densely packed, rushing towards Su Chen's passage. What? Many. This is too much. Seeing so many sand sculptures appearing, Yao Yao was dumbfounded. Looking up, there are at least tens of thousands of sand sculptures flying from the passage. How come there are so many? How come there are so many sand sculptures? To know. Since they explored the secret realm, they have encountered only a few hundred sand sculptures. But now, there are sand sculptures here, at least tens of thousands. And as time goes by, the number of sand sculptures is still increasing. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.